what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of From the Sideline. And I'm here and I'm back with the boys, and I got some new faces in the house. What's up, GK? How you doing? GK, are you with me? You know we got the reg in the house. He brings the knowledge. We love it. Boowop, how you doing, bro? Introduce yourself, Boowop.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Boowop89. I'm on TikTok going crazy right now, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, my content ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody.
GBaby, how you doing, brother? Introduce yourself.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all heard it is GBaby. TikTok, IG _G.baby22. We're doing some things over there, putting out more content, So y'all go mess with that.
Word. I'm glad to have you guys in the house, man. Glad to have you guys in the house. You guys ready to get it? I got some good topics. We got some debates. You ready? GK, you ready? I'm excited. So let's get into it. We got a light topic first. We got the sophomore quarterbacks, rookie quarterbacks going into their second year. I want to know who you guys got at the top, starting with GK. Who you got at the top of next year? What's sophomore?
I don't want to go first, bro.
You don't want to go first?
All right.
Gotta show the guests how to do it. Show the guests how to do it. Come on.
We talking about sophomores, though. We talking about like the Joe Burrows, Justin Herberts, right?
Mac Jones, Justin Fields.
Okay, never mind. Okay, I got you. Go ahead.
Yeah, going into their second season.
Yeah.
Got you.
Well, I'm gonna talk about my boy. I'm a Jets fan, so I'm gonna talk about Zach. I was just actually watching his pro day tape again, and still I like looking at fading left, throwing the bomb right, and on the money. And I'm just excited because the Jets got a young, good O-line, and they look like they were starting to come to form as the season was going. They looked a little bit better. So I'm really hoping that, all the hype about Zach Wilson looking like his play style like Aaron Rodgers and being able to throw the arm angles of Mahomes and all that, I'm really looking for that to come to fruition. And, hopefully he can show me something and hopefully he can stay on the field. He got a knee injury last year, but it was minor. So, hopefully he can just be durable throughout the season and keep showing progress.
Boowop.
If it's anybody I would like to see is probably Justin Fields. I mean, I personally think that he got a rough start with the Bears this year. They kind of threw him under the fire, but I think he has the biggest upside, I want to say, out of these guys I'm looking at. Well, we got Zach Wilson, Trey Lance. Yeah, I would say Justin Fields, like in my opinion, but that's the guy I would like to see going into the next year.
GBaby.
I'm gonna say Trevor Lawrence, and the reason I'm gonna say him is because nobody's really talking about Doug Peterson as the head coach. Like, I thought it was a fantastic move. I thought it couldn't get any better. I thought them, because that's what they did in Philly. They got quarterback heavy head coach, OC, all former quarterbacks. And I mean, granted, Carson Wentz got hurt, but Carson Wentz was about to be an MVP, before he went down. And I mean, they won the Super Bowl that year with Nick Foles too. So I think them getting all that can only help the quarterbacks, like that quarterback room with Trevor Lawrence, because Urban Meyer, I mean, it was Urban Meyer, but even then, Trevor Lawrence didn't look that bad. Like, we just knew he didn't have the weapons. His O-line still needed a little bit of help. And Urban Meyer, forgot how to run the ball just because he would get mad at James Robinson a couple times. So I think Doug Peterson, I think that's the best thing that could have happened for other than Bieniemy. That's the best thing that could have happened for Trevor Lawrence. So I think he takes a big step.
I just got to ask a question. Are we forgetting about Mac Jones?
He'd be all right.
I don't think we forgetting about him. I think we know he's secure with Belichick. Like,
you don't think he has a better season though? I mean, he had a pretty good season throwing 3,800 yards this year. What was it?
I'm not saying that he won't have a better season. I'm just saying, like, far as upside, I don't really know if it's a whole lot of upside there, just because it's the Patriots system. Like, and then Josh McDaniel's not there no more, right?
Mm-mm.
See, I got to see the Patriots, on the field offensively. I know their defense is gonna probably be sound still, and I would have to see their offense without Josh McDaniels now.
Mhm.
That's true. What about Jordan Love? Any expectations for Jordan Love? I heard Aaron Rodgers thinking about staying, so
Gotta see what, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta see what that situation play out. I mean, I think he could be solid. I mean, because I like Green Bay's coach. I think he's decent. You know, I don't think he's a bad coach. So, and he might need that. Like, it's hard to coach guys like Aaron Rodgers when they're so, you know, he's Aaron Rodgers. Like, it's hard to coach him. Even though they had some success, I think he probably have more success with a quarterback that's, you know what I'm saying, that he's truly growing. You can't grow Aaron Rodgers. Like, that's just not gonna be his baby.
I don't know, because Matt LaFleur, I mean, he 13-3 each year, but that's what Aaron Rodgers and Devontae and Aaron Jones. And if Jordan Love is the quarterback, he's not keeping Devontae. If Devontae, I think, will sit out and ask to be traded before he plays with Jordan Love. So, you know, and
honestly, for Jordan, I think that might be better, because then he's not going to be like, oh, I got to get it to Devontae. I got to get it to Devontae. I got to get it to Devontae. Rather, if he's playing with fellow young players in their second, third, first years, then he's like, all right, it's us. Like, you know, it's like, I don't need to have to get it to the vet.
Yeah,
no, I get you on that, but I think Devontae's mindset at this point isn't, I want my numbers. It's like, I just want to win. So, but then also think Jordan Love, I don't think he's gonna be like, I gotta get it to Devontae. I think he's gonna be like, no, I'm throwing it to you because I know I can trust wherever you're gonna be. And if he's not confident in himself, he's gonna look to his number one option. And he's gonna, I think, if anything, he's gonna try to force it, not because he's saying, oh, I gotta get it to him. It's more so he's gonna force it because he don't want to look nowhere else. Because if he looks somewhere else, throws a pick, everybody gonna be looking like, oh, should have gave it to Devontae.
Should have thrown it to Devontae, right?
You know what I mean? So,
but
yeah,
then
I was
as a defense too, though, they're gonna be like, yo, he's throwing it to Devontae.
That's true too. But I was gonna say, they do say, like, the key to every successful quarterback is having a wide receiver that could bail you out. So for Jordan Love, that could definitely be, you know, Adams with the skill that he has out there. So I got some other names highlighted, but I don't think you guys touched on like 4 of them, so I don't think I need to.
Who do we forget?
Trey Lance,
Davis Mills. Sorry,
he's not as bad as people think. He's just in Houston,
right? Well, he got thrown to the Wolves kind of, and it made him look worse than he probably actually is.
Yeah, he's actually not that bad. Like, after watching a couple of them games, I'm like, especially, I think it was the Chargers game where I was like, okay, you're kind of good. Like, you're not top tier, but you all right.
I think Jordan Love and Trey Lance has the biggest questions, because they only were able to play 6 games, you know, last year, respective to Aaron Rodgers and Garoppolo. But all the rest of these guys played 12, 13, 17. 2 guys played 17. That was Mack and Lawrence. So I would like to see Lawrence in a better situation than Jacksonville. I don't know if that's the best suited situation for him. Because I like, on a losing situation, you could probably see how good wide receivers are, but who does he really have out there? Like, what is that team like? Is the team really constructed for him to win?
Well, on paper, they should be a lot better than how many games they win? 2, 3? On paper, they should be a lot better than that, because coming in, DJ Chark, Laviska Shenault, and Marvin Jones Jr. as a wide receiving core was not the worst in the league. They were a little better, and then they got Dan Arnold, who isn't like the greatest tight end in the world, but he's serviceable. I mean, ETN got hurt, but even before they drafted him, everybody thought James Robinson was going to have a breakout year, a second one. So, like, obviously they have to fix their line, and they could use some better help in the secondary. But and I'm not saying they're going to be like a powerhouse or nothing like that. But with Doug Peterson there, I mean, he helped Philly. I'm sorry, but he helped Philly go to a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Their O-line at the time was one of the best. Injuries or not, they were one of the best. They had a sound running game, and their receiving core wasn't even that great either, but they had consistency. You know, so I think if they fix their O-line, maybe get another receiver in free agency or even second, third round in the draft, and fix that defense, I think they're going to be real solid, and that's why I'm shocked nobody's talking about them.
Urban Meyer, in my opinion, messed that team up. So I think, like you said, they will be better this year. They should have been better last year because they did have some solid talent, So I do think this year with Doug Peterson, they'll be a better team. I don't know how good, but they should be a decent team, in my opinion.
GK, got anything to add?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the whole Jags situation is a tall order for anybody, any coach going there, just because partially the roster is fine, but mostly just because the state of how things are and what like the aftermath of Urban Meyer's tenure is just a mess. So I don't foresee them being a 500 team. I mean, at least for one more year, unless Trevor can really overcome all of that. But yeah, I see them under 500 again, and then maybe maybe they, if they could get a couple of wins together, they can build momentum and get to the 500 or around it the following season after that.
They kind of remind me of the Browns, not the last year Hugh Jackson was there, but it might have been like the year before, where I think they went like 1-15 or 0-16. But if you watch throughout the course of that season, every game was close. And like they shouldn't have lost some of the games they lost. So I think they can go. I think if they go 6-11, right? Because there's 17 games, they go 6-11, but they're competitive in most of them. Like I don't know what their schedule is, but unless they're playing like a top-notch team, if they're playing everybody that's kind of there and it's at least competitive and you can tell they're fighting and playing hard, I think that's a dub for them. I'm not expecting them to go 800 either, because their division, even though it's trash, they're not separated far leaps and bounds by them. So, and we don't even know what the Colts are going to do now, if Carson Wentz is going to be their quarterback or not. So they're not a guarantee, you know what I mean, to come out that. So, yeah, I think as long as they compete and it's like they're not getting blown out the water every week, then I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, I can see them 8-9, 9-8, somewhere in there.
But not in contention. I agree with GK a little bit. I think they have another like subpar year, and then they kind of get it together because they're gonna need some pieces out there to help them. Any did you guys watch any of the Combine interviews or anything like that?
No, I didn't get a chance. I was working yesterday.
I was supposed to. I'm calling you out, Ruth. I was supposed to have an interview with somebody that went out there, but she stood me up. Like she told me she was supposed to come on the episode. Then she was like, "Can't make the episode." But hey, look, I'm going to the Combine. You can interview me. Then the day of the interview, oh no, I got to do my podcast tonight. And I'm like, oh, okay, I got you. But let's get on to this top 10. I want to get on to this top 10, and you should be seeing it on your screen in a little. All right, so GK, tell them how it worked.
Yeah, so the way I usually like to get this done, right, is we don't have to really be sure about the order right away. I like to just kind of make sure we get some names up there and then shuffle them around. We could debate the rankings after, but we should just throw some names up there so we have something to go off of.
Okay.
And you do it collectively, so you guys.
Yeah. So we do this like as a group. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll start. Honestly, I want to get like Ronnie Lott and
shout out to the people in the chat too that's watching. Thank you guys for stopping
up
by,
towards the top. So I don't know how you guys feel about that. Like Ronnie Lott and Ed Reed.
Yeah, I got Ronnie Lott for sure, top 3. So for sure.
I knew that was going to be the first name off the board, but continue.
Let's go ahead and throw Ed Reed up there.
Mm-hmm.
Ed Reed.
Yeah.
Darren Woodson. I mean, he ain't got to be 3, but get his name up there. Paul Cross or whatever his name is. However you say his last name.
Yeah, he belongs somewhere in there.
So we going.
See. The thing is with me, I'm gonna end up being a little bit more biased towards the more recent
Me
players,
too.
but I mean, we definitely I definitely like still paying homage to the older generation, and they should be on the list. But like honestly, if it gets close, then I'm favoring like the ones that I'm more familiar with. So
Yeah.
Understandable.
but yeah, just
I knew it would get you. I knew it.
Oh my gosh.
House of God. Yeah, love it.
So I mean, let me just say, yeah, Kraus, 81 interceptions. So that's
So
that's
we putting
pretty
Kraus up
incredible.
there?
Yeah. Why not? I don't know how y'all. What about Brian Dawkins?
I want him on the list somewhere for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He was because, like, for me, I mean, like I said, I didn't get to see a lot of the other ones, but for me, like, just him being out there, just everything, like intimidation, like being an alpha dog, like he was like the meanest. Like, you better not come across my middle. Like I'm I'm putting you down. So for me, yeah,
Exactly.
Dawkins definitely needs to be there.
I agree.
I know you guys mentioned Daryl Woodson.
Darren Woodson, for me, I think he may or may not make the list. If he does, it's going to be probably towards the back end.
All right,
For
so
sure.
I'm gonna do what we did last time. I had him at number 10.
Yeah, put him at number 10. We might shuffle around if we can find room for other people.
Rodney Harrison, I think for sure that'll be up here.
The Patriots guy, right?
Yeah, that's my guy.
He a tough one too. He more like Darren Woodson in that breath too for me. I got a guy like Troy Polamalu definitely on there.
Facts.
He definitely needs to be on there.
Sure.
Facts. Tackling machine. He could anticipate for like snap count, sacks, and like just disruptive.
Yeah, he was just a monster all over the field.
What do you guys think about? I don't know. He's probably fringe, but like I'm thinking John Lynch.
All the buttons I press, and that's the only thing.
John Lynch.
He fringe for me too, though. I mean, great player, but fringe.
Yeah, let's see if let's think. Troy, any input, bro? You haven't said anything.
Nah, bro. I don't. The only thing I do is write names, bro. All I do is write names. That's my job in this segment, is to write the names. All right.
I know there's that giant guy from back in the day too. Tunnel, I think his name is. He had like 1 million interceptions too.
When I put this on Instagram, I say it's jobless.
I think his name Eamon Tunnels.
Yeah. That guy.
I'm not gonna lie, I've heard the name, but I ain't watched not one snap highlight.
It was
I
like
know.
the 40s,
I just know he
bro.
got 1 million. I know
he said it was like the 40s.
I know
bro.
he had 1 million interceptions.
I was like, at least Jim Brown, I've seen a little something. I ain't seen nothing about this dude. So
I'll add one input. What about Steve Atwater?
Definitely.
Yes. I want him on the list.
That's 7, 8.
I think this is the quickest we got through this. GK.
Sean Taylor is a corner, huh? So is Charles Woodson. Both of them are
Taylor
corners.
was a safety. Sean Taylor was a safety.
So the thing is, how many seasons did he play though?
That's the problem. He don't have the longevity.
Damn, that's tough.
It is tough.
I would really want to put him up here.
Like if you played his whole career, I think he'd be top 5 easily. Like he had that projection.
Does Cam belong in this conversation? Cam Chancellor?
That was the next player I was thinking about, because maybe, but
he don't have the longevity.
Yeah, I was like, he doesn't really either. If Sean Taylor's not up here,
exactly. Can't put Cam in.
What about yeah, that's tough.
I feel like because those two people aren't there, I feel like Rodney Harrison might have to go 9, because at least he had the longevity with it.
I ain't opposed to that though at all. Like I can see that. I can understand it. He had a great career.
I'll leave it. for Godly. I'll even put Darren Sharper on here. Free safety. I think he's I don't know how he's like top 10 for sure in interceptions. I don't know what he ended with, but I know he's top 10.
He went to jail, right? Didn't he kill somebody or something?
He definitely did.
but he was a great safety. He was a great safety though.
Like, he in jail for some bogus shit too, like rape, all type of shit. Like, it's bad, man.
Yeah. Are we being egregious about? Did we forget anybody? Chad, are we forgetting anybody?
Well, I just put some stuff up on your screen. I'll throw it back up so you can see some names.
I think we missing Paul Cross.
Nah,
yeah. Oh no, we have him on there.
Nah, he's up there.
My fault.
GK says shout out Dub.
Yo.
GK says shout out Dub. Dub says shout out GK.
What's up, Players Choice people?
Thank you guys for stopping by.
Ken Houston.
Yeah, that's the name. I'm sitting over here and I'm like, cause I got a kind of a top 10 in front of top 25 in front of me. Just to like on the back end give you guys some names. So that was one of the names. He's actually second on the list I'm looking at.
Yeah, I was gonna say I synced them on a couple of top 10s. I'm looking at.
Was there another Steelers guy from like back in the day?
Let me see. I'm looking at a couple of different names.
This has got to be too funny. I love the chat. This is why I want to chat. I love the chat. This has got to be too funny, bro.
Hey, we missing Yale Leary.
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
I'm just looking at him. I don't really know who the hell he is either, bro. Don't get me wrong. I'm looking at his career.
He's trying to be respectful.
I
can respect that.
You got his stats.
I'm looking at him right now. He voted to 9 Pro Bowls, first team All-Pro 3 times, 3-time NFL champion.
Eric Berry.
I'm a fan. I don't know can we squeeze him in? I don't know.
Maybe. I don't think he over this guy I'm reading off though. Yeah, Leary though.
He came back from cancer, right? Has anybody else ever done that before?
I mean, facts. I love to go.
It's a pretty good comeback.
Yo, they wilding in the chat.
Yeah. What a chat at?
Yo, all right. Boowop, if you click comments, if you on the right side of your screen, it'll say private chat or comments. You can click comments.
Oh man.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got it hidden. That's what.
He said,
"Young whole cool, bro."
Yo, what about Hines Ward, bro? Come on, be real.
It's fun interacting with you. Thank you guys for stopping by. You made it more. You made it more.
Yeah. Are we gonna put Sharper on or no? The giant guy, Tunnel.
What's his name, GK?
Sharper.
Emlyn Tunnel. Oh yeah, Darren Sharper. Troy Polamalu is isn't he like Samoan, like The Rock?
Yeah, something like that.
Is Samoan Asian? I don't even know. That's probably bad that I don't know, but
nah,
that's like Pacific Islander, right?
Yeah,
which is kind of like Asian. Like, I mean, come on, it's just a little.
But I feel like Samoans claim themselves more towards. I feel like Samoans will claim themselves more towards like black people, because like when I see like Black History Month stuff, I see a lot of Samoans up in there.
Oh,
so.
I was gonna say I thought they was like Caribbean or some shit. I don't know. Let me stop.
That's the wrong ocean, Boowop.
He said that's the wrong ocean.
I was gonna say they Hawaiian, bro. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It is close. It is. Yeah, definitely closer to Hawaiian than Caribbean, because Caribbean's more like, I don't know. The islands, like, I guess the closest reference would be like Puerto Rico and DR.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I know where the Pacific Ocean is. I know where the Atlantic Ocean is. I can't tell you another one. I can't tell you another one.
For me, I don't believe he said that's it for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop, man. gonna stop while I'm ahead, man.
Oh yeah, Rodney. We can put Rodney on there, right?
Yeah, Rodney Harrison. So Rodney Harrison, and then it's between, I guess, Darren Sharper and that Emlyn Tunnel dude who played in
1925.
How y'all feeling about I don't know if because he played a little corner too and safety, but
Charles Woodson.
Woodson, right? At the end of the year, he was a safety. Honestly,
Yeah.
So we putting Rodney
let's
Harrison
put Harrison.
Yeah.
And I'd be down to put Harrison and Charles Woodson.
Yeah.
And then our list looks pretty good, I think. I mean, I don't know if is Troy too high, maybe? I don't know.
I think Darren Sharper might still need to be here. I'm cool getting rid of Darren Woodson. He played for the Cowboys, right? I don't care.
You said I don't care for him. And you said Charles Woodson, right?
Yeah, I say Charles Woodson. Yeah.
All right, we making any changes? Everybody staying?
I'm trying to think because usually how I think of it is like, all right, would I want Ronnie Lott over everybody? Probably. Would I want Ed Reed over everybody else? Probably. Name the 5 oceans.
I know it's Atlantic, Pacific, Mediterranean. I think
Is
Antarctic or whatever. Is Mediterranean?
It's Mediterranean. It's a sea, I thought.
Oh, it's a sea? Dang. That's tough.
I got it. Atlantic, Pacific, Arctic, Antarctic, and India.
Yeah.
Shout out, Dub. Go back to work, bro.
Don't test me, bro.
Hey,
I'm so godly got one. I'm so godly got you, bro.
All right. Does anybody want to move anybody? I think it looks pretty good order.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. It's a good top 10 for
sure. You guys leaving Kent where he at 7?
Sure. I ain't really against it. I mean, the only people I think you could flip truly is like Brian Dawkins and Troy. I think you could flip them for sure.
Really? So hold on. If you got, let's say you got both guys on your roster, you're gonna give the start to Troy over Brian?
Probably.
Really?
I got 2 problems.
Are you guys just Eagles haters, or are you being real?
I'm not gonna lie. Brian Dawkins, I know the name, but like I remember.
Yo, GBaby, he was like, he
was
a bad man, like blacked out visor, like you did not want to catch a pass over the middle because he was going to fuck you up.
I get you, but like I'm talking about just my eyes. Remember watching what I saw. Ed Reed and Palomalu were like the 2 safeties I hated playing against. Like I hated them.
Troy was definitely hated.
Yeah, I hated playing like
Troy,
you know what I mean. And like Brian Dawkins is cool. Like I wouldn't put him lower than 5, but like because like we got Ronnie Lott and Paul Krause up here. I just know who they were. I know who their names were, but like,
well, honestly, I've seen Ronnie Lott highlights, but I only know Paul Krause's name. I never really seen his highlights, but Ronnie Lott was that dude, bro.
Ronnie was that dude.
Ronnie was that dude.
The hardest hit motherfucker around, boy. That boy was devastating. But
the game is different then.
I am so godly. Say you start both. They
obviously I start both. But
they play free safety and strong safety. I mean, I think Brian Dawkins was a full safety and Troy was a strong safety.
Facts.
So you could play both if they was on the same team, is what he's saying. But I wasn't saying to flip them. I was just looking at the list as a whole. Like if I was nitpicking, right?
Maybe agreed, so I flipped him.
No, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it.
GK know how it works. The consensus.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with it.
It's 3, you 2 to 1.
I mean, if we move my boy down any further, though, I'm gonna have a problem. But
BD was
we can keep him there. Yeah, we can keep him there. Like he cool.
I'm not an Eagles fan. All
right, so for the listeners on Spotify, Apple, and Google, the top 10 is GK. Take it away.
All right, so I'll go from 10 down. So Darren Woodson, the Cowboy, Charles Woodson, ended his career as a safety with the Raiders. Rodney Harrison from the Patriots. Ken Houston, I believe he's a Redskin. Steve Atwater was a Bronco. Brian Dawkins, the Eagle. Troy Polamalu, Pittsburgh Steelers. Paul Krause, I don't even remember what team he was on.
Vikings, I think.
That sounds right. Ed Reed from the Ravens, and Ronnie Lott from the 49ers.
Lott, and that closes out the top 10 safeties of all time. Now, if you want to check out the list, you want to comment on it, hey, it'll be over on the social medias. But so in between segments, I like to do this thing. And it's called Cut One, but I switched it this week and I named it Pick One. So I'm going to give you guys 4 names and you just got to pick one out the 4.
I like
all right. Well, yeah, you're not cutting one, you're picking one. All right. So I got some running backs for you. I got Le'Veon Bell, Jamal Charles, Chris Johnson, and LaShawn McCoy.
Shady.
So we got, say it one more time, Le'Veon, Jamal Charles, Chris Johnson, and LaShawn McCoy.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Shady. Dual threat.
So yeah, CJ2K is a good answer, Godly, but I'm gonna go with Jamal Charles. And for me, it just comes down to not only his like elusiveness and speed, but also like how can I say this politically correct? If you ever watched stuff about him growing up, he was like, I guess, slow, you'd say, like mentally. But so he had a lot of chips on his shoulder, and he was able to overcome a lot, and he was just like, playing as like the little underdog. So that's why I'm with Jamal.
Because he was slow.
I mean,
because he was mentally challenged.
I mean, it's true though. He speaks on it like he was not really.
The first time you'll hear that. But guys, we'll be right back. Just a word from our sponsor.
Today's episode is sponsored by PointsBet, the fastest growing online bookmaker in America. A fully traditional sports book that offers customers more markets and rewards like no other sports book. Head over to PointsBet.com and sign up today to enter the promo code FTS250 to receive 2 risk-free bets. Yes, I said 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. SportsBet is available only in New Jersey, New York, Illinois, and Iowa. Void where prohibited, must be 21 years and older. Gambling problems? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for crisis, counseling, and services.
We're back. All right. Thank you for our sponsor. We appreciate you guys. But now, what you all been waiting for, man.
Hold up. Shout out to El Bushman for our sweet voiceover, by the way.
Oh, yeah, El Bushman. We got to get him in here soon. Hopefully this Friday, El Bushman will be back in the house. I like calling him Mr. El Bushman for some reason. It's my guy. But, yeah, back to the topic that, all this guy's been waiting for, right? We've been waiting for this. Thank you. I'm so godly. He said our sponsor go crazy. Throw that on the screen. I like that. Me and our Bushman put it together. So thank you. Appreciate that. But yeah, so let's get into this KD versus Bird debate. All right. I think it's clear cut and over. All right. But as you guys can see, I'm a Bird fan. So you know who I rock with. So before I get into my spiel, I want to kick it to our guests. And I'm going to start with GBaby because he laughed.
I laughed because I know as soon as I say it, the heat that I'm going to get for it.
Bring it. Bring it.
Kevin Durant is a more skilled basketball player than Larry Bird.
You picked your words carefully there.
I did. He is a more skilled basketball player than Larry Bird. He is not greater than Larry Bird. He is not greater. I'm sorry. I know people want to put him there because, he's just so fluid and he plays so spectacularly. He's unguardable, yada, yada, yada. Again, he is a more skilled basketball player than Larry Bird.
Yeah, say it for TikTok.
He is a more skilled basketball player than Larry Bird. He is not greater. And when we do these top 10 lists, if it's always greater, Larry Bird will be on the list before Kevin Durant.
Boowop.
Okay. I do think Kevin Durant has a chance to surpass Larry Bird, but he got to do some shit. Like, he's just not going to surpass Larry Bird. But the main thing, what you just said, I disagree with. Like, I don't think he's a more skilled basketball player than Larry Bird. I think he's a more skilled scorer. He's a more skilled scorer, not a more skilled basketball player. Because to be a more skilled basketball player than Larry Bird, he would have to be a better rebounder than Larry Bird, which he's not. He would have to be a better passer than Larry Bird, which he's not. He's not even a better defender than Larry Bird.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I have no disagreements with that whatsoever.
Hey, go ahead, G.
Yeah, no, I agree 100% with Boowop. And so if you guys aren't in our Facebook group, join our Facebook group. I posted this video the other day of Bird, and like it's just basically him showing up the versatility and how deep his bag really was. Like some of the moves and fakes and stuff he was doing, I don't see KD doing any of that. I will agree that KD is maybe more efficient in the mid range, or has a more efficient jumper, or shoots it at a higher clip, whatever. Like, yeah, of course he does. Like, he's KD. But in terms of like how deep the bag is, it's Larry, like, for sure. And we all know, of course, I like to consider the fortitude as something to take into consideration.
What's the other word? Don't know. Say the whole thing. The whole thing.
Go ahead. Get your line off.
Larry got that testicular fortitude. You know
so, there we go.
So yeah, so for me, it's Larry, but I get what GBaby says about being more skilled. I just disagree with it. I think Larry's more skilled and he's greater. But I agree with what Boowop said. Like, KD could end up possibly being greater, but he's not got to do just some shit. He's got to do a lot of shit. Because
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's too much. It's too much for KD to do that.
I don't know if there's enough time left for him to do the shit he has to even
amount to Bird's. What Bird was on the field, like on the floor, what he was on the floor, KD, like, what does he have to do to amount to that? Like, Bird was that guy on the floor. Like, you got people talk about Mikal and Parrish. I watched a couple of games, and Mikal and Parrish was skilled, but they don't get most of what they were getting on without Bird being there. I watched the game where Bird had three bad quarters. And in the fourth quarter, when the game was on the line, he clutches up and wins the game for us. Like, and he did it over and over and over. 24 times did he have game tying shots. 4 times did he hit buzzer beater game winners. Like, Larry was clutch. Let's look back at that play, Isaiah Thomas inbound. What does Larry do? Show Isaiah that he has enough space to get the pass off and jumps it, passes it. To have the awareness to do that is crazy, bro. It's crazy. And I love KD. KD's my guy. I love KD. But I don't think KD, in my opinion, can surpass Bird. I'm sorry. What Bird did for the game alone, KD ain't doing that for the game. Yeah, skilled, I would agree. KD is more skilled. But I'm kind of with GK too. I think Bird bag is deep. I just don't think people know what Bird has in that bag. And he played the whole game left-handed and scored 49 points or 47 points?
Right.
Yeah, and they said skilled scorer. And I was like, okay, that's a better word for it. It's just when I said skilled, I was like, all right, if I like, just as a basketball player, who do I think is just better just from my eyes? Yeah, I say Larry. But I mean, I'm sorry, I said KD. But I was gonna say, my bad. KD. But the thing is, man, and I know I'm young. I know I'm 98 born and stuff, so I'm a really shit. But I'm very old school. Shout out to my dad for instilling that in me. I'm very old school.
That's how
one thing I was always told, finish what you start. Mm-hmm. Like, so I'm not really a fan of asking for trades mid-season. I'm not really a fan of, trying to hold out and all that. But I do not like how you was up 3-1. Choked too. Like, I know everybody want to put it on Westbrook. Game 6, KD was not hooping. I was watching that game like, yo, KD, what are you doing, bro? This is not you.
Settling. He was settling.
Absolutely.
One thing, GBaby, before you continue. I'm so godly. You say, I'm going to pop it back up on the screen. I hate when that comes up, the argument about Bird left-hand game. He scored 10 out of his 21 buckets with his left hand, not the whole game. So if you go watch tape, and what is his teammate saying in that game? What is the opponent saying in that game? That he shitted on them with his left hand. That's what his opponents are saying. He shitted on them with his left hand. That's his opponents and his teammates. So
do you not know how impressive it is for him to just score 4 of them
points with his left hand? Like,
like that's impressive.
And Bird did say, "quote I'm going to try to play the majority of the game with my left hand." And they say he played about 3/4 with his left hand. Go watch the tape.
Yeah.
What I wanted to say about KD is, though, I do think, like, if he somehow, because it's very realistic that he probably get 30,000 career points. That's very realistic. And if he wins another title, another Finals MVP, I think that'll be enough.
So what about Bird's? What about Bird's three MVPs regular season back to back? Last player to ever do it. One of 3. It's only 3 people in NBA history, and he was the last to do it in the 80s. Nobody in his modern era. None of the evolution. None of that. Listen,
I'm not taking that away from him. That's part of his resume, right? But I don't factor MVPs, right? Like that's the trump card in this debate, because if that's the case, Steve Nash, he won back-to-back MVPs. Like it weighs.
Questionable though.
Larry
Bird, if you go look at Larry Bird's prime, every year of his prime, he was top 3 in MVP votes.
I'm not taking. That's what I'm saying. I know what Larry was. I'm not taking that from him. He was a great player. The problem for Larry is that he don't have the longevity, right? He had a short career. Not a real short career, but it wasn't
as long as other people. You know,
it wasn't just as long.
I agree with that.
That's all I'm saying. And when KD gets done, he's going to have about 9,000 to 10,000 more points than Larry Bird. He will have the same amount of rings as Larry Bird. I'm just saying. I have to still look at it. I'm not saying to be definitive.
So
I think that'll put him more in the conversation.
Larry has 3, right?
Yeah.
And you saying KD gonna get one more?
If he at least get one more, I think that would put him in the conversation. Like,
so what about the 10-time All-Star, 9-time first All-Star? Like, I think these, like, when you look at it, 3-time defensive, where does KD surpass him on that defensive end?
It's got to be honestly, and it's got to be All NBA. I hold that to more weight than I do All Stars.
That's why I said I didn't even write
absolutely. It's just when you started saying 10-time All-Star, I'm like,
no, I said 10-time NBA. I meant 10-time NBA, not All-Star. He was 12-time All-Star. He was 10-time NBA, 9-time first team.
KD like a 9-time All NBA, something like that. He's gonna catch them, and that's just due to longevity.
Well, hold on. Is KD as clutch as Bird? Because I think Bird don't get enough credit.
I don't think so.
That guy.
So listen, I want to say this.
I think he's better, Troy.
I know. I'm just asking questions. I'm just trying to make it interesting.
I want to say this. Like, let's say Kyrie is still whatever, not fully on or off, or Simmons or whatever. Like, if I can see KD,
that's a good question,
predominantly, like if he were to win this year and those and
Boowop,
he's not getting any kind of crazy help from Kyrie or Simmons, right? And it's basically him. Then I'll give him some flowers. But is that like if he can get past Embiid, if he can get, I don't know if he can somehow win, but if he were, I'll give him his flowers a little bit. But would that still end up like overpassing Bird? No. I would have to see him do it like two at least times, 2 or 3 times with good context, not just like, all right, he was supposed to win because he was on a stacked team, and they won because that's what they were supposed to do.
And like those rings, I'm sorry. I know everybody's like, oh, well, he got in a 7-game series with the Rockets. That was one time. It's not like it was a tooth nail battle through the playoffs. You know what I mean? It's not like he was. No, there was one series KD was in with the Warriors where it went 7 games. I don't think he was ever in a tough series ever, other than that Rockets one.
That's what I'm saying. And I was a KD fan. I wanted him to come back and be like, "Yo, run it back again next year, and run it back again next year." And I want to see KD beat them the following year, saying like, "All right, you beat me, now I beat you."
Because they would have. I guarantee you if they would have ran it back.
Bro, and then if KD won this following, if he stayed, beat them, won the whole thing the following year, then I would still be on the KD bandwagon. Like, I would. But the fact that it didn't go like that, it just, oh my God, I hate it.
And I'm absolutely old school. He could have went anywhere else and did this.
Anywhere. Like, go play with Dame and beat him.
Boston was one of his destinations. But
exactly. Go play with anybody.
See, so this is what I think. I get people lost. Right. I get what people's gripe against KD is. And the one thing I would say in KD's defense, Yeah, he went to the team he lost to. It sucked. I was mad too. Like, how could he? But then I started to try to understand it from a basketball point of view, right? Does he win anywhere else? And I'm not using excuses. That's why I said
if he's KD, then the answer is yes.
He could have
that effortlessly with LeBron. That team that LeBron has?
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
When you say
when
you say effortlessly, that's different because you just had a back-to-back, one of them unanimous MVP.
That's why he went there, though.
A top shooting back. Yeah, that
he went there because it was going to be effortless.
What's the line you use? I don't want to mess it up. What's the line you use? That late he went to a top shooting backcourt, like the best shooting backcourt in history, top 5 shooters ever.
Right.
Okay. Like people.
Clay and Steph are both Hall of Famers, right? Clay and Steph are both Hall of Famers. And questionably, maybe even Draymond too.
Ain't no
people
question.
Are putting Draymond in.
Draymond in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, so facts.
Yeah,
I agree with you. So facts. So 3 Hall of Famers in their prime.
And they won without him. You know what I mean? And they won without him. They 73 win. It took a miraculous effort. And Draymond being out game 5 for them to win that series. Like, let's keep it a buck. I was rooting for LeBron that year. I wanted them to beat the Warriors so bad because they was down 3-1. And Draymond plays game 5 at Golden State.
See, it's hard to fight against KD. I'm sorry. I love you. Shout out Dale. But it's hard. It's hard when they because they right, and it's like the consensus feels that way. The consensus is mad at you for going to a team that beat you after you were up 3-1.
And that's my thing. Take away the Hall of Famers and stuff. It's the fact that you went to the team that you choked against.
I understand it,
KD.
I understand it, KD. The system they had, the way you wanted to play, you wanted to win, you wanted to beat LeBron. That all factored into you. Like, yo, this is the best team. They just need one more piece to be that top dog, and unquestionably,
top dog.
They were top dog when KD went there. They wasn't top dog when KD
dog before KD got there.
They got beat, and that's the thing I think
Troy
missed.
Troy.
I think
they were the
game
Warriors. But yes, the way the Warriors was looking at it, the way the Warriors was looking at it, if you put them in that same situation again next year without KD, they can possibly lose again in a game 7.
But why do they need KD? Why they can't get Paul George?
No, I'm not even mad at
if they got somebody else, it was just like, Paul George good.
I'm not even mad at the Warriors for it. You honestly, like, the Warriors, I'm not even mad.
What if he went to the Spurs, Gob said?
Exactly. Anybody.
That's why I wanted him to go.
If you're KD, it shouldn't matter. You should be able to go anywhere and win.
He couldn't win in OKC though, and that weighs on.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yes.
I hate it.
You don't think that 3-1 collapse was like he was like, yo, that's it.
He gave up after one try.
Troy, let me ask you something.
That's not one try. Didn't he lose in the finals?
Okay,
to LeBron?
I mean, one try against.
That's not come on.
Put some context.
Let me walk that back.
He got
some context into it. Put some context into it.
He got there once. He lost.
Put context into it. How young were they? How young were they?
They were young. I'll give you that. They were young.
Right.
The KD we had in the
they were young. All 3 of them, James, Warriors, and KD. They were young. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
What is his name? Cephalosha? As the guard, man. Come on, man.
And that's what people don't want to talk about. Like that team. Just be real. Was they supposed to beat the Warriors?
Who?
Yes.
No. OKC.
Yeah, they were supposed to win. Yeah.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
And all
let me rephrase. No.
Which year?
When the 3-1 collapsed. The 3-1 collapsed.
The year they blew the 3-1 lead. Did you think
who was the favorite?
I think
73-9 Warriors.
Warriors was the favorite.
Barely, because throughout that season, if y'all don't remember, everybody was saying, "Hey, the Warriors might be the favorite, but." Top to bottom, OKC is the more talented team.
Young Surge.
Yes.
No way.
I don't know about talent, but they were good.
More talented than the Warriors.
I didn't have Harden at the time. Right?
No. I'm saying you go back throughout that season. Everybody was saying, Warriors and OKC. Warriors and OKC, that right there.
Somebody look it up though. Vegas. If you bet your money, I think
Warriors barely, but Warriors weren't that big of a favorite. Warriors were like it was close. They were the favorite still, but was it
2016 or what?
Yeah, it was 2016. It was 2016.
because I want to say
2016 was like the best NBA year.
If you were to put your money in sportsbook, I think that technically the underdog was OKC.
Yeah, but I'm saying it was by a little though. It wasn't like no big spread. I'm saying it was very close.
You said 2016?
Like, yeah, 2000 because 2016 was like one of the greatest NBA years because it was like the dunk contest happened and then the 3-1 comeback happened, Kobe's retirement, like it was all that in the same year. So
yeah, well, I see in game 2, OKC was an 8.5 road underdog.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to go by as a series.
I'm trying to.
Yeah,
I mean, it's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
but it wasn't far off. And everybody, when they were up 3-1, everybody said, "Okay, it's over in 6." Yeah, like Warriors aren't finna lose Game 5 at home, but they definitely finna lose Game 6. And then we were gonna look at the Warriors. That championship they won was finna be questioned.
Yeah, I'm with
did they really deserve it?
Even Golly. It's just like because he went to the Warriors that we have this hate for him. But I don't really hate you, KD. I don't care that you went to the Warriors. You wanted to win championships. You did.
I'm not gonna.
You did what somebody else did, just in a different fashion. You went to a better team that was already constructed. I get it. But before this conversation of KD going to the Warriors, people were doing the same thing for LeBron going to the Heat.
It is not the same thing.
The guys are not listening. You guys are not listening. I said the circumstances was different, but before KD did this move, before this move even existed, right? People were saying the same thing about LeBron making the decision and going to the Heat.
People were saying that, but they were wrong.
Yeah, they were wrong because there's a big difference from joining a team.
Like, I agree with you. I agree with you.
And joining a 73
because
team
let me ask
you
this,
championship.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, why couldn't you just go play with Dame and CJ, and then if you would win, I would have way more respect for you.
To me, him staying in OKC was by far probably the best. Just 1 year. All he needed was one more year.
One more time.
If he did a 1 more year, like just sign a 1 year deal. If they don't win that year, I would have left too. I would
but earlier when we had the James Harden conversation, and I said, "Oh, James should have just finished out the year." What happened to me, GK? What happened to me? Now you guys are using that same logic for KD.
I wasn't here for
that. One more year.
Hey, like, I wasn't here for that. Hey, I
don't know what you're talking about.
That's why I said GK. I said that's why I directed it straight towards GK.
Well, okay. Troy hates Harden because.
We talk about weak moves.
It's only one player in the NBA I dislike, and that's Ben Simmons. I don't hate no player. Like, I'm serious. Like, I don't hate KD. I just don't respect the move that much. Like, I honor his titles, but you're not going to tell me that those titles were more valid than, you know what I'm saying? Dirk, 1 title is more valid than them 2 titles. Like, it's just the reality.
I would agree there. I agree. Dirk's
just the reality.
But look at
the recent argument was Giannis's, and I always said Giannis.
It is.
It is.
It is. The reason why
Giannis,
and I hear you, and I know people like to use that, but they were down 2-0 in the NBA Finals. I'm sorry, they were down 2-0.
It's a reason.
So I'm sorry. Like if they would have came in and swept the Suns. It's like they was just blowing teams out the water when everybody was hurt. Okay, cool. CP3 was there the whole series, was he not? Like they was at full strength and they was down 2-0. I thought the Suns was gonna pull it out.
I was just gonna ask, did you actually think the Suns really could win that series?
Yes, I did not think the Bucks was gonna pull it out.
But what does that matter?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't use the injuries when it comes to the Giannis ring because also too, I didn't believe in Giannis like that. And then in Game 6. He made 17 out of 18 free throws. Who the crap saw that coming?
He locked in.
Yeah, so I give him that. It's unlike KD freaking unlike KD acting like, oh yeah, he showed up. Everybody said, oh yeah, he showed up in the finals.
Guard the fist of 6
next to KD and next to Steph and Clay. Like,
can you guys see it when I pop it up on the screen?
Yes.
I can see it.
Oh, that's funny.
I agree. Me and Guard, me and you here, bro.
I don't take away from. See, that's the only thing I don't do. I don't take away from KD's rings. Yeah. I don't
take away from.
I don't. But when you talk about the context, when you talk about it in the context of if it like what one you weigh more, then yeah, I will put others in front of KD's because he had teammates that were other top 10 guys in the league.
Isaiah Thomas's 2 rings I'll put over his.
I agree.
I would agree. KD got like what you call fake jewelry on. Like his jewelry kind of cheaper than everybody else jewelry.
It's
cheap.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm with Godly. Nah, a ring is a ring, bro. And I'm not taking that.
No, it is not.
Yes,
Godly,
it is.
come on, you better
Yes,
than
it
that,
is.
bro.
It's other rings you would
You
stack
better
in
than
front
that,
of. There are other rings you would stack in front of people, right? Listen, let me tell you something.
How many years?
I haven't done this. I haven't done this in a while. But a ring is a ring, all right? A ring is a ring. Okay, yes. It's a 2000. Yeah.
The 2000.
Yeah. That's my Boston team. Yes, that's my Boston team. But a ring is a ring. A ring is a ring. Yeah, the context of the round you got that ring. Yeah, I include that in there. That's why I would put other rings in front of KD's rings. I agree with you there, but I'm not taking his rings away because he won them with Steph. Because if KD never goes there, if KD never goes there and Steph never wins another ring, and LeBron beats him 2 more times, and LeBron has 2 more rings to add to the collection, we ain't having this conversation. We're having a totally different conversation.
I want to genuinely ask, and then we can move on. I don't want to stay on this too long. Do y'all genuinely believe? Because I'm not gonna lie, I hated the Warriors so much. Before KD got there, I rooted for LeBron, and I can tell that personal story about why I hated the Warriors later. But I was rooting for. I ain't never rooted for LeBron so hard until he was playing against the Warriors, honestly. So that biasness in me, if I was in 2016 before KD went there, I would have said Cavs going back to back because I didn't want to see the Warriors win. But all jokes aside, did we really think if they would have matched up a second time, it was just a wash? Like, oh yeah.
No, I'm not saying it was a wash, but I'm saying
you know what I mean.
You got a healthy Kyrie, healthy Kevin Love. You got a good chance of beating them. And I'm not saying it's one-sided, but I'm saying that what if KD doesn't go there and they split 2 more times? Cavs beat them back-to-back and then Warriors beat them.
What if KD go to the Spurs?
If KD goes to the Spurs, then honestly, I think if KD would have stayed at OKC or went to the Spurs, Warriors that the immediate next year might not make it. And then we're questioning whether or not that ring that they got was deserved.
Why didn't he go to Houston?
I don't know, but he could have went to me. He should have went to the Spurs or
why he go to Houston? They were the closest team to beating the Warriors.
I didn't like Washington.
I wanted to see him because that's home.
Yeah, not Washington.
John Wall and Bradley Beal are young.
Maybe.
But it just when I looked, because wasn't Scott Brooks their coach again at the time? I'm like, Scott Brooks.
Might have been.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't want to see that pairing back together.
Probably, yeah. He probably didn't want that.
I think that's why. But KD with Kawhi, and I think LaMarcus Aldridge was still there.
He just got there.
So and they were loaded as far as like bench and depth wise. Like Boris Diaw was great for them. Patty Mills obviously was still there.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, so they was good.
But what was Jamanu and Tony still there? Or didn't they trade Tony? Was that
Tony? I think Tony still might have been there.
But okay, so that's what I was going to ask.
Tony,
what was
Manu,
his
everybody. Tony, Manu.
They were all still there?
Yeah.
I think
The only person that had retired was Tim
Duncan. My brain is zapped, so I don't know.
Yeah, Tim Duncan did retire. I remember
he retired the same year as Kobe, so that was the only player that was gone. But they had LaMarcus Aldridge, they had Boris Diaw, Patty Mills.
All of them.
They had a strong team for Kevin.
But do you think, see, and this is the thing, the thing that I loved about KD actually going to the Warriors is the way he fit into that system. So they did anywhere.
Oh my God. I hate that.
We would have had to change our system around him.
Who?
We would have definitely We would.
Troy, let me ask you this.
Yes, we would have.
Who doesn't fit with the Warriors? Who doesn't fit with the Warriors?
That's true. But just KD's game, like JD said on the last Players Choice episode. Shout out Players Choice. Like the effect that they have on that court is different. Yeah, they can still get them to a title. But the thing that they bring to the court is totally different. KD helped Steph Curry.
Helped. Yeah,
I'm not saying it was all on KD. I'm not saying I'm not the crazy one.
People weren't doubling Steph anymore. That's how he helped. Yeah, but my thing is, you could have put Jimmy Butler, they win. You could have put Paul George. You could have put DeMar DeRozan. They win.
I agree.
When it's going to that thing, when like impact, if I can replace you with pretty much anybody a tier or 2 below you, and I still win,
but they don't have.
You're not that important.
I get it. You do still win, but you don't have that same impact.
But you're not.
The Warriors aren't that dangerous.
Is
with
impact
those other guys than KD?
They went to back-to-back finals without this man.
Yes. They
Thank
did,
you.
and
So
they got
he
beaten.
wasn't that
and that's
impactful,
why they wanted
but he still
KD.
went.
Listen, we can't take the context out that why the Warriors wanted
You
KD.
are, Troy. You keep acting like
I'm
they didn't
not.
go to back-to-back finals.
No, I agree with you.
They
I'm
won.
saying I agree there. Yes, they won
the
one and
only
lost
team-
one, and the last one they lost was the when KD went there.
The
Am I
only
wrong there?
team
That
They
just goes
wanted
to show.
KD there
Go
as
ahead,
much as
G-Baby.
KD
Yo,
wanted
Troy,
him.
let G-Baby go.
The only team that didn't want KD was the Cavs because they had LeBron. That's the only team that didn't
No,
want
I
KD.
agree that. I remember that free agency. We was after him. He was supposed to. That was one of his top destinations, Boston, and then he switched and went to the Warriors, bro. I understand what you guys are saying, but I'm just saying I don't hold it how you guys hold it against him. That's all I'm saying. I don't hold it against him how you guys hold it.
And what you were saying about KD, like KD can go to any team.
Yeah, I agree.
He can go
But
to
I just think that
any
system
team.
works better.
He's not a system type player. He can go fit in any team. I don't care what's going on. Orlando, I could throw him on Orlando. They're going to instantly be a better team. That's
Agree.
KD.
Any team.
Any team where
I agree
you can't do that with LeBron, right? You can't just instantly throw him on a team and it seamlessly.
Nah,
Yeah,
because LeBron will come and change the
I
roster.
agree there.
Exactly.
I agree. They
LeBron
need
will
certain
come and
pieces
change the
around him.
roster.
KD,
No, I agree with you, Boo. I definitely
Throw him on the
agree with
team.
you. But I'm just saying, I think the system that the Warriors had in place, just KD just understood. Yo, if I go into this, it's so much easier for me to get off. What I
And
get
You
off.
know,
He
and
showed
Troy,
it,
it's
though.
not.
Who's it not
Troy,
easier
it's
for?
not your fault. Troy, it's not your fault. It's not your fault that you're saying that. You want to know why it's not your fault that you're saying that? Because this is the exact same thing KD said to justify him going to the team that beat him. And all those who hate LeBron was like, "Oh yeah, KD, I get you." So that's the narrative they.
No,
ran.
I don't
It's not
actually.
your
I
fault,
actually
man.
like. No, I'm
It's
not a
your
LeBron
fault,
hater.
man.
I'm not a LeBron
No,
hater. I don't
you are.
slander
I'm
But-
LeBron. But I'm
the
just saying, in
narrative.
the defense, look, I'm on Larry's
Justify
side.
that
Let's get back to the thing. I'm on Larry's side. I'm just saying, in case
said,
Yeah.
I'm on Larry's
You're
side.
right.
Right? Larry
You're right.
started talking to me again. He started yelling at me and shit. I'm on your side, Larry. But no, I'm just saying, like, I understand it. Yes, I agree with you guys. In that moment that KD did it, I was like, why would he do that, bro? He just got beat the same way you guys did. The same way you guys are saying it. And then I started to think about it. And I was like, yo, I just understand why he made that move, bro.
Yeah, he made because he's like, well, I can't beat them unless I'm with them, and I
If
can't beat
beat
Bron
them,
unless I'm with them. And what a
If you
testament
can't
to
beat him,
Bron.
join him, bro.
What a testament to Bron though, too.
And that is not testicular.
I'm not saying yes, it's not. And I agree.
Yes,
listen. When we get to the end of the sentence, I think we're all on the same point on a point. But I'm just saying, like,
Garp,
I
obviously
get
he
you
is
guys.
Garp.
I get you, but
Troy, you a
yes,
Dale
yes,
Minion?
Gabe, yes,
You a
Gabe,
Dale Minion?
yes, Gabe. I am.
Oh, okay.
But I'm a Larry Bird fan over that. And remember, Gabe, Garb the Fisted. Sorry, remember Garb the Fisted. Dell don't like Bird, so I'm hoping to get into that conversation. This conversation with him someday. But yes, I am a Dell minion.
Dell don't like no old dudes unless you're
Nah, Bird.
unless you're Michael Jordan.
If you don't put what's that YouTube channel that's doing the portal thing now, when they put the two players and they send them through the portal and make them play each time?
Yeah, I like
you gotta go watch that. I'm
dope.
telling you, Wilt versus Giannis was funny, bro.
Giannis showing all the love. Oh my God, Wilt, I love you. You're one of the best ever.
Wilt, like, I would never forget you. He's like, thank you. He's like, I was talking to the shoes. Talking to the shoes. Wilt, like, you know what I would do with my time with these shoes? 100, shit,
Hey,
200,
200, goddamn.
200.
Hey, that's a dope series. I like it.
That is. So shout out to whoever makes that. I gotta get their name.
Like how funny though is Giannis just in general? Like whenever you see him on camera, like talking about whatever.
The one thing I would say I like about Giannis is that he's not looking to team up with others, and he can have success doing it. The one thing I hate about Dame is Dame ain't looking to team up with others, but he ain't got no success.
Hey, wait, real quick, because I think people forget he was about 2 seconds to join the Miami. Let's remember that.
Who?
Giannis, when he was upcoming, whether he was going to resign or not. I mean, he
I don't
ended
know
up resigning.
Yeah, I don't.
He was like 2 seconds away from joining Miami.
I don't know.
Miami
He's
was
more of
not a
like
super team.
he's more of like a if y'all come to
Why
me.
you saying
I'm cool with it.
Jimmy and Giannis is a super team?
No, that's not a super
That's
team.
what you're saying, G baby?
No.
Giannis and Jimmy on the same team would have made the finals.
Doug probably agree with you.
Well,
but he
yeah, maybe, but I don't know
That's
if I
not
would
a super
consider.
team.
So what do y'all consider super teams? Obviously, we know Steph, Clay, and KD was, but what?
Well, it depends. Where do you hold Jimmy? You really hold Jimmy that high?
Jimmy,
you know what I held?
Though.
You know what I was, and I don't want to get too into it, but I'm gonna bring it up again. He took a franchise
We got time.
that had no business being in the playoffs when he was the number one option and took them to the playoffs.
Yo,
because he beat the Nuggets. He beat the Nuggets game 82 to make it there.
Listen, I'm with you. I'm a Jimmy guy. I'm with you. And shout out Dub, because I know that's his guy.
Jimmy's
and
guy.
I'm with Jimmy, but I just don't think like comparable to what though. Like, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of guys I'm taking before I take. I love Jimmy, but there's a lot of guys I'm taking
15?
before.
Are there 15 though?
15. That's it's
because like there might be a lot, but it ain't 15.
Yeah,
and I think Jimmy is a really good 10 to 15, depending on the season.
In between 10 and 15, probably, I would say.
Jimmy could be considered a top 10 player in some seasons.
Some seasons, for sure.
So I'm just saying it's just not an overwhelming. When I see if he was to go to play with Miami that year, I wouldn't have looked at that like, oh, he's teaming up. They would have been a nasty team and a team that you definitely
nice pick and roll.
So that's why I asked, what do y'all consider super teams? Because for me,
people don't consider that Heat team a super team, so I would like.
I don't think it would have been like yo, what the fuck are you doing? This is breaking the league.
Wait, do we consider the Boston?
That's what I'm saying.
Do we consider Boston a super team?
It would have looked bad though if he would have went to that.
Was
team
Boston a super team?
If they would have won more than one,
the Rondo, Paul Pierce, Garnett,
if they would have won more than one, they technically would have. But people forget. Because right after they only won one,
they got beat twice by Kobe.
That's crazy that Kobe.
One before they lost to the Magic. Like, how did they not make the finals that year?
KG was hurt. KG was hurt that year.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, he was.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, but
then after that,
Dwight carried. Dwight got there with like Hedo Turkoglu
and Rasheed Lewis or Rashard Lewis.
Rashard was like that.
That was a great team. I'm telling you,
Lewis was like that.
I picked that.
My best friend used to kick my ass in 2K with Lewis, bro. I don't understand how you shoot like that.
They had good guards, good forwards. They
did. They had a good.
Yeah, but they weren't doing shit without Dwight. Dwight was.
He was the anchor of the team.
They built the team around him. They put shooters. They put shooters around a dominant center. That's all they
kick
did.
Out to
But so and Dart, you just put it up there. He said it like you got Jimmy, Giannis, and I mean I know eventually they got Kyle, but like Goran Dragic was still nice. Bam is nice. You know, Bam and Giannis.
I'm with Garvey.
It would have been. I think it would have been.
I get y'all point.
Let's go to the finals. Did they go to the finals that year? So if they would, so that would have meant Giannis went to Miami after they went to the finals. Then I would have looked at that as a soft move for Giannis
because he did
for sure.
The same thing KD did.
For sure, but I'm saying he was close.
He would have.
But I think I think he ain't never gonna say this. But I think he said because they killed KD for this. Y'all just better.
Like James Harden forced himself out of
y'all just better. You know what?
It paid off.
James Harden forcing himself out of Brooklyn, I ain't even really that mad at because I don't want to play with KD and Kyrie. I don't want to play with them. They get on my nerves.
Listen, I could agree with you on that point, but I always go back to when you guys say KD left and he went to the other team. What did he do? Wait till his contract was up. When LeBron made the decision, that's why I wasn't mad at LeBron. What did he do? He waited till his contract was up. That's what great players do. They wait till they're done with their obligation and then they move on. No matter how you look at it, they move on. James was like, all right, Houston, I don't want to be here. I'm bowling.
Okay,
you're not going to trade me now. All right, now I'm going to play like shit. Got up out of there. Went to the Nets. Was there for 13 months. Only played 81 games in that 13 months that he was there. And it's like, it's everybody else's fault. I'm out of here.
So I do want to put a little bit of context. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I do want to put a little bit of context in there. If I was just competing for a chance to go to the Western Conference Finals, to the NBA Finals, and then now we're gonna go through a rebuild. If you're in that point of your career, you just basically hit your prime, and you were just competing for an NBA Finals. Do you want to go through a rebuild? No. And it wasn't like he was gonna be. He had an option. He still had like 2 years left. That's why he's getting traded because it's not like I can just leave at the end of the year. He's got 2 years. He had 2 years left at the time. So in that sense, I'm not about to sit through a rebuild. Like I want to compete. I want to win.
He got opt out at the end of the season.
Not when he was in Houston. Maybe Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. That's what I'm talking. I'm not the Houston.
Okay, because you brought that one up. So,
I didn't get to the Nets yet because I wanted.
Yeah, but the Brooklyn one, I understand a little bit more. I understand why people say that, but Kyrie, and when it comes to Kyrie, I am not tripping that he didn't want to play. Like, hey, because that's fine. Like, that's your decision. I'm not tripping. Like, I could care less. Like, whether you decide to get vaccinated or not, like, it's up to you. Like, it's everybody's decision. So, like, I'm not going to blame you if you want to make a decision best for your interest. But, like, with Kyrie, that's not even my biggest concern. It's everything else. What if he's just, I don't want to play anymore. I'm too stressed out. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think everybody else go through stress?
We've seen it before. He's done it before.
And that's my problem. That's my problem.
And I agree with that. I don't think I'm
not even being part time. It's just
you know what that you know what that shows me. It lacks. Exactly. It's lacking. He's lacking. Yeah, you don't think some of those other guys like experience the same shit, but they just push through? Because
most definitely.
Believe me,
that's why I always say with Kyrie, if it was really mental issues, like then I understand it. But I'm not gonna.
Same thing with Simmons.
I'm not. Yeah, same thing with Simmons.
If it
really
comes out to find out that he's capping, which I think he is.
I'm not.
Simmons is soft, bro. Get out of here.
Bro, hey, innocent till proven guilty. I'm a big believer in that. But if it comes to find out,
go at these guys.
If it comes to find out that Simmons was capping and
like
he was
Jay
just doing, sure, but with mental illness. Okay, yeah, but with mental illness, something that like
Simmons got his feelings hurt. And he was a little baby.
No, he said
in the same breath, you don't do that as a teammate.
He said it was a lot of other things leading up to it.
Okay.
I believe it. It's not just that one instance. Because hold on, there was rumors of Joel and Ben beefing in the locker room 2 years prior to that, 1 year prior to that. And then that happened, and it's like, no, because they wanted to force him to do something out of his comfort zone. He's not a shooter. He did not come into this league shooting. Now you're asking him to shoot. He did the same thing with Marshall Funk. Did the same thing, and then Marshall goes before he gets injured on Magic and has a pretty good folks.
No. I feel you.
And he has a pretty good season.
Like Marshall Folks.
I got you.
I don't pronounce your names right. I'm bad with names.
No, it's fine. I got your back.
I got you on that. So let me ask you a question, Troy. So let me ask you a question, Troy. So Giannis, did he come in the league being able to shoot?
That's gonna be TikTok.
No, but he wanted to, and I think that's
no. Okay, wait. Okay, but could he? Because I'm not even really focused on the one. So what was Giannis doing? What was most of his game up until this year? Yeah, right. Going to the paint.
But he was in the gym because he wanted to expand his game.
No.
And become a better player. I agree with you.
No, yeah. So take out the shooting though. This is the point I'm about to make. There should have been no reason Ben Simmons couldn't have been, at least to some degree, the way Giannis was. Driving to the paint, getting to the free throw line, being aggressive. And he's a better facilitator. If Ben Simmons would have just been aggressive, because Giannis could get 20-something without shooting jump shots.
Are we talking about just that playoff
GBaby,
series?
I'm with you. That's what I'm saying.
Are we talking just the playoff series or Ben's whole career?
His whole career.
Yeah, no, but he's not aggressive.
He's not aggressive his whole career.
He doesn't have aggressive inside here and inside here. There's no aggression.
Do you agree? Without shooting jump shots, Giannis can easily get 25 a night.
Yeah, and I think Ben can.
Why couldn't Ben Simmons? Why couldn't Ben Simmons?
Ben has
because Ben doesn't.
Ben has.
What is he average? He ain't average.
Not average. No, I'm talking about he could get 25 in a game, but not averaging.
No, I'm talking average 25 a night.
Yeah, but
you don't even need to average 25.
Giannis is more of a focal point. Giannis is more of a focal point than Ben is on his team.
Okay, but what he's saying is Ben could be.
No, Ben could be. I agree with him.
Ben could never shoot a three in his life and could have been top 5.
Yes, and I agree with you.
Because he's a better defender in my opinion, and he's a better passer.
But did the narrative not change when Philly started to come out like, Ben, we want you to shoot the ball? Because nobody was saying this about Ben. Hold on. Nobody was really saying this in the media. No, it wasn't to the extent that it got to that point where
because we saw no evolution in his game. Nobody was asking Giannis to shoot because we saw Giannis get better.
People was praising this guy for his game with no jump shot.
Listen.
And then all of a sudden, Philly made that narrative that, we need you to shoot because if Joel Embiid didn't need shooting. I agree with you. Ben should have shot the ball in that situation, but he's not a shooter. I don't see Ben as a shooter. I see Ben as a facilitating player.
Troy, I think you're wrong about the narrative. I don't think it's that they wanted him to shoot. I think it's that they wanted him to attack. Like whether it's I don't
if
care
you're
how.
not going to attack,
no, I agree there. We stop being aggressive at
yes,
some point.
Yes,
when
GBaby,
Ben first came out, That's what I'm saying. It wasn't his whole career because when Ben first came out, he was aggressive. He was attacking the basket, dunking on people. You don't get those highlights by not being aggressive. I do agree that at some
then where did that go?
Because he said it. He said, "Yo, my mental wasn't right for a while." And we all know this as men, bro. We deal with depression a lot as men, and we try to hold it in. Sometimes it affects our lives, and I'm just saying it could have affected Ben's lives.
Why is he depressed? He's rich.
It could be a lot of things. We don't know. That's not cool.
I can't get with you on that.
We don't make too many excuses for these players.
Tell
me what is wrong with him.
We don't know.
Damn.
I'm with you.
His coach got in his ass. He told him you need to step it up.
No, but he's
wait, hold up. In fairness, and Boowop, I'm with you on that. But in fairness, bro, so for first thing, just because you got a lot of money don't mean you can't be lonely. Like, I will say that, but
what it is.
No, but fair. But okay, so
with his character, the man he trying to be, like, we all go through them phases where we trying to find out who we are, and like, bro, he could have been going through that, and that's not an easy time to get through as a man, bro. It's not, especially when you don't feel like the people around you are on your side. It could have all played together.
And that's where I was gonna go with, because I did say when it happened, Doc, Joel, y'all are nasty for throwing Ben under the bus on live TV.
I think
right after the game. Godly, okay.
But I will say,
Boowop, it's definitely for you.
But I will say this. Is I can be understanding. I can be understanding of all that. I am understanding of all that. But my thing is, it's how you respond and how you bounce back. Like, I've been depressed before, and so I understand and I empathize with him and I sympathize with him a little bit. But it's like, okay, you got to go through. But like, how do you respond? How do you come back? And the way he responded, or the way he dealt with things after the fact, was more soft than the fact that it happened. So I disagree with Boowop in the fact that, like, okay, you're allowed to be depressed. It happens. I get it. It doesn't matter. But then what happens once the cycle continues, and then it's time, like, to nut up or shut up? You could be like, all right, guys, my bad. But he folded. He folded.
No, he got himself out of a situation that he did not want to be in, just like I can name others.
Fair. I'm not even tripping about that, but at what? So like I said, I don't like that Joel and Doc threw him under the bus in a press conference on live national TV and all eyes. I don't like that.
We say that about anybody.
No. I'm saying I don't like it, but here's my thing. Here's my thing. Has Ben Simmons at one point ever said, "Yeah, I didn't play well enough"? I don't like that they did.
He didn't blame himself.
But in the same breath, did he hold accountability?
Yeah,
and that is my biggest problem with players. That's why I don't like Paul George right now. That's why Pat Bev gets on my nerves. That's why Lou Williams fell off for me. Because when they blew that 3-1 lead, all I heard out their mouth was, we didn't have enough team chemistry. Where the crap was that team chemistry in 3-1? When they was up 3-1. All of a sudden they lose, and now it's team chemistry? No. Y'all choked. Y'all did not do what y'all needed to do to close out. Take accountability. That's all I'm asking for. So for Ben Simmons, I agree that it's wrong that they threw you under the bus. I'd be heated too. But if they threw you under the bus, but you was dropping 25 and 8 and you was playing how you needed to, then yeah, okay, I give you more credit for that. But you didn't play well. You was passing up wide open layups on Trae Young in front of you, bro.
But do you not think that's
wide open layups?
Why would he do that? It had to be mental, bro.
It could be. That's fine. Take accountability.
Off the court.
Take accountability.
Yeah, I'm with you. Take accountability. I'm 100%.
And he hasn't done that. That's
my biggest thing here is accountability.
And let me say this too, guys, because I don't want y'all to think that I'm saying he can't be depressed. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, what is he depressed over? Like, because
we don't know.
He got called out. That's all I know, right?
That's what it is.
He got called out
on national TV.
I think
it's
more. I think it's more, though. I think it's more. I think it's some stuff that's been happening behind the scenes that neither one of them came out and said yet, and that was boiled over. Why would out of the blue? Ben just be like, all right, that's not. It had to be, that, and the third. And even Joel has said things before that people was like, yo, why is Joel saying this about Ben? Or is that about Ben? Is that about Ben?
I don't even think that. I think whatever was said, I think they probably hashed it out already. But he doesn't like the fact, and I don't blame him for not liking it because I think it was nasty. They came out on national TV. Your head coach and the best player on your team both said you the reason they lost.
They didn't say
I
that.
agree with
On
you,
national
Kato.
TV.
They didn't say that.
They did not say explicitly,
say that.
but we all
And
know.
if they said that, I can agree with what you're saying. I can see why he's depressed.
What did they say?
They said he need to get better. He need to work on his game.
No,
He
Doc
does.
Rivers, they said, Doc, can you win with Ben Simmons? He said, I don't know. He said, I don't know.
That's not the question. They said, do you believe Ben Simmons can be a championship point guard? He said he don't know. That's
No,
what he
he-
said.
And then they asked Joel.
Asked him, can you win with Ben?
At what point do you think you guys lost the game? Oh, when we had a chance at that, when we passed up the wide open lane. He didn't want to say it, but he went there. They all threw them both. I don't know anybody else, but them both, your head coach and your best player, both threw Ben. Both said we could have won this series if it wasn't for Ben. In whatever way you want to put it. Whatever they didn't say it explicitly, they did not physically say Ben is the reason they lost. But when they said, "Hey, at what point do you think you lost the game?" They pointed to his play.
So
pointed to his play.
Listen,
they told the truth. My fault.
8 points.
My fault. They told the truth.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
But
I'm with you on that, though.
The thing is, when a player comes out and he says something about something in the locker room, we all go, "Oh, he should have kept that in the locker room." That's the same thing you were saying about Ben and Joel.
They asked me a question, I'm gonna answer it, man.
And how many times does Pop deflect? How many times does Pop deflect?
Papa answered
Is Coach K going out on a press conference blaming one of his players for the reason they lost?
Never.
No.
Yo,
he might blame him in the locker room, but not on national TV.
Let GK get off.
So, whether or not, even if there's more to blame on, like, let's say, like you guys were saying, Embiid and Doc or whatever, fine. But if that's the case, if you're Ben, part of you has to be like, or them. That's the only benefit of the doubt that I would give Ben, is that like they're not there, like they are what they are, and it was just that's that. But it doesn't seem like that to me. To me, he lacked like, okay, I see what's going on. This is how it's affecting me. I need to be able to articulate this, communicate this, and say, like, guys, if we want to really fix this problem, or if we want to make things better before we make things worse, like this is what needs to be done. You guys can't be, doing this to me and all this da 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 da. Like, I don't know. Maybe he tried to do that. I don't know. But I'm thinking like he just didn't even try. He couldn't even do it. He just folded like a little baby. That's what I think. I think he just folded like a little baby.
We don't know that.
I would have liked him to try to sit there and figure out, like, all right, what am I going to do to try to make this work? Try to get the chemistry back. Try to get them so they're not having me feel like whatever, bro. And like really figured it out. And I don't even think he took the time or effort to really even do that. I think he just folded.
Hey, because Troy, the only reason he came back was what? The only reason he came back to the facility was why? Because he didn't want to keep getting fined.
And he wound up still getting fined in the end of it.
Yeah, later because...
And you want to know what somebody said? What did the analyst say the first day they got treated? He said, I bet you Ben get his game checked tonight.
Yo, I don't want to be insensitive to mental health issues, but I will say this. Unfortunately, the way things are, anybody can pull the mental health card, and it's like a get out of jail free card.
Yep.
So I'm not trying to deny the fact that maybe he had mental health issues, but let's hypothetically, let's just say he didn't, and he just wasn't going to be there because he did fold and he was just being a baby about all of it. Let's just say that was the case. If you're his boy and you're like, bro, all you got to do is say mental health issues, and then nobody can say shit.
Just tell me.
Well, you saying his agent went to him?
I know, and that's what I'm saying.
I would say this. Ben, it like when they're saying back soreness, I could kind of understand it if you're sitting down for a long time and you're not doing nothing, because I can tell you it literally happened to me. I used to play basketball all the time, work out, and now I literally have back issues and calf issues because I don't. And my calf muscles started breaking down because of it. Like literally, my
your
muscles started
circulation
to.
and everything's different now.
So it can be. He can be injured. But let's move on.
That's why I said,
Go
okay,
ahead.
no, you good.
No, go ahead, G. Go ahead. Finish up.
I was just gonna say that's why I said innocent until proven guilty. As of right now, I'm
saying,
but
we
if
don't
it comes out that you was being nasty about, because I mean, let's be real. There's a lot of people towards the later end. If they wanted to get out of work, what did they have to say? Oh, close contact. And couldn't nobody question you? I'm a close contact. Like, I know people who legit have got out of work or got out of whatever they wanted to do or whatever they didn't want to do, just saying that. Yeah, and how are they going to argue that? And then if they do try, then it's a problem because, we're in a pandemic. Are you serious right now? So that can be held against you. Same thing with these mental health. So, hey, if he's going through that, I hope he gets better. He got out of a toxic situation
exactly.
in his mind. But if it comes out he's being nasty about it,
right?
I'm hate him
we're going to revisit this.
Exactly though. So over the course of the next 3, 4, 5, 6 years, just show me something.
I agree. This is Ben's chance.
And then it could possibly all be forgiven. Show me.
I don't think he plays this year though. That's my honest opinion. I don't think
I think he's out. I think he probably won't play a game to the playoffs, if anything.
Yeah, I think they sit him this year because you got to pay attention to one key thing they said. They want to get him acclimated to Boston and the way they do the things. So why not take the last 20-something games to do that and just the Nets are on the verge of not even making the playoffs. Like so so if they're in the play-in, how do you want to throw Ben in and risk something else happening, or do you want to make sure he's 100% ready to go? Like look at Kemba.
Well, wait, let's look at that. Let me pull up their schedule real quick. Is there any realistic possibility that they couldn't? Like, I'm assuming they're gonna have some easy wins, and they're just gonna get in, even if they're playing bad.
Think that, but you think that KD just got back and they lost. So I don't know how many minutes he played or what, but Kyrie as the best option on that team, even when he was there, they wasn't doing nothing. Even the games he played, they wasn't doing nothing.
No, I think
they were still
Ben.
losing.
I think defense is their biggest downfall. And then, like I said before, if you could anchor your defense around Ben and everybody else just help, like Golden State did their defense with Draymond, I think that works best for KD because KD succeeded in that.
Who else defends on their team though?
That's true, but that's why I said help defense. I'm not saying one-on-one. It has to be a literally system.
The starting five for the Warriors.
Yeah, they played
2.5 defenders.
I was watching Clay play defense yesterday.
Clay and Draymond were legit. And then, I mean, even the first one they won, Bogut wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
And the thing is, everything is contagious. So, whether it's lack of heart, effort, and energy, or the other end where it's you're given all the extra, doing the most heart, effort, and energy. Either way, it's contagious. So, it's either going to snowball and help you, or it's going to be like a quicksand and it's going to be bad.
Did Ben Simmons get hurt this year? Did he get hurt?
Ben Simmons what?
Did he get hurt in the playoffs last year?
No. At least not to my knowledge.
So listen, actually, look at Brooklyn's schedule. it's Boston. All right. So Boston, Charlotte, Sixers, Knicks, Magic, Dallas, Portland, Utah, Memphis, Heat, Hornets, Pistons, Bucks, Hawks, Houston, Knicks, Cavs, Pacers. So I'm seeing a lot of pretty competitive matchups along the way.
There's 4 teams that you named that I think are guaranteed wins. Everything else is a top.
What's up, bro?
You see it on the screen?
What?
You said did Ben get hurt last year?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only thing I see. That's all I'm saying. I just want to know why he not.
You guys
ready.
You guys in the chat. I'm so godly and garbage fisting. You guys have made this so fun, bro.
That's all I'm saying, bro.
I think for the best thing for the NBA this year is going to be crazy. I think the best thing for the NBA this year is if the Lakers and the Nets do not make the playoffs. I think that would be the greatest thing for the NBA. LeBron and KD are not in the playoffs.
I think the greatest thing would be Memphis winning the championship.
So what's tough in the East right
now?
That
would give so many young teams the confidence that they could do it too, bro. And then it would be like, all right, we coming to play every night.
I think I want the Bulls to win before I want the Grizzlies to win.
I want Ja to get one before his legs get out.
Vooch, Lonzo, Levine, those are my guys.
Are we gonna move to this? Because
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you guys like. I forget Boowop what your stance was. I think I'm in the camp that the Bulls are pretenders.
Oh, yesterday's conversation.
Oh, okay. I'm in the camp that
we got a couple of minutes.
It's about matchups for me. Like, I don't think that the Bulls
show gonna be a little long.
Are fake.
Right.
I just don't know if they're ready this year. If you know what I mean. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
A scenario where they could easily not beat a team like Brooklyn at full strength, Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? But I do think they're supposed to beat these younger teams like the Cavs, Hornets,
and the Celtics.
Okay, that's fair.
The Celtics. Okay. And the Celtics. If that's a series, I'm taking Chicago over the Celtics easy.
The Celtics is tougher. The Celtics tough. I'm not.
But I would still take the Bulls over the Celtics.
I would take the Bulls too, but I'm just saying, like, I'm
not taking the Bulls over the Celtics.
If the Celtics was to beat the Bulls, I wouldn't be shocked. That's what I'm saying.
Listen. The way we play, if we go into, it's going to be a tough series, and I said that in the chat. Like, it's game 7 if the Bulls beat us. But I think if Boston plays that defense that they've been playing these last couple of games before All-Star break and coming out, and I think if Jason Tatum and Brown are healthy, I think we can definitely beat the Bulls at full health.
No, because I felt like the Bulls, and this is what I said. So, not obviously this past offseason, but the one before, when Atlanta made all their moves, I said they're going to shock a lot of people. I was like, depending on matchups, they can make it Eastern Conference Finals. Because they had Rondo at the time before they traded him, and then they had Gallinari. They picked up a couple other people. I was like, the Hawks are gonna shock a lot of people. I said before this season started that the Chicago Bulls were going to be last year's versions of the Atlanta Hawks. They was going to have a great regular season. Everybody's going to be like, oh, where did this come from? They'd be like a top 4 or 5 seed, and they would shock people, right? So looking at it now, they're 3. They're 2.5 games back from 1. So they could easily go from 1 to 3 at any time. They might even drop to 4 because Milwaukee's right behind them. They can beat the Celtics, the Cavs. I'm not worried about anybody they play 7 through 10, even the Nets. I do not believe in the Nets. The team that scares me for them is Philly. And that was before Harden got there. Because Vooch is not stopping Embiid. And I think just even though DeRozan and Levine are better than their guards, I think Philly as a whole team, could outwork them in a sense. They won't outwork Levine and DeRozan themselves.
And they're better defensively.
Exactly. So I feel like they can outwork them enough to win that series. But it's funny because I think Philly can beat Chicago, but I mean, Harden here is a different story. But before, I didn't think Philly would beat Miami. But I would take Chicago to beat Miami. You know what I mean? So like those 3, like it's all
Styles.
Yeah, I don't know.
Styles, I agree with him though, because Styles, certain series are about matchups, and I do think the Bulls match up better against Miami than Philly. Just for what he said, they cannot stop Embiid at all. Like they have no answer for Embiid. No answer.
Nobody can stop him.
But Miami has a better chance at.
Well, they said Bam plays him the best, so.
Yeah,
they say Bam plays Embiid the best.
Miami has the best team defense probably when the playoffs.
That wall they put up against Giannis 2 years ago was crazy.
I don't think that's gonna work though no more.
Nah, that's why I said Giannis. I said if Giannis comes up against the Heat, he has to do the exact same thing they did last season because they're going to try it again. And we don't know if they refined the wall, if they found something else to do within it. Like those coaches over there in Miami, they ain't no slouches either. So
because like even Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee can beat the Bulls. I don't think they beat Philly, though. But I think they can beat Miami. So it really just depends on where they play.
I think the only team that the Bucks lose to is Miami.
Nah.
You don't think anybody else can give them a run for their money besides Miami?
Who? The Bucks? That's what you're saying, Troy?
You don't think the Sixers? You don't think the Sixers can take the Bucks to 7 games?
Camaraderie. Jeez. It doesn't matter about 7 games camaraderie. Like these guys play together. Like the Bucks are defending champions. They have their core together. You don't think these guys are going to know what it takes to win when they get in there?
They lost PJ Tucker though.
All right.
Which hurts them a lot. Then
that could be true. That could be true.
Like
but
come
I'm
playoff
just trusting
time,
these
not regular
guys.
season. Come playoff.
I'm just
time.
trusting the Bucks more to
And
know
they
how
lost
to
Derrick
get
Jones.
it done. And I'm not the only one. Don't look at me like I'm crazy. A lot of people got the Bucks and
No,
Suns
yeah,
back in the
yeah,
finals.
Yeah,
They got. I don't even know if the Suns make it, even though they lead the West. I mean,
We'll
they
see
should.
We'll see what happens.
They
with
Their
Chris
Suns
should.
Paul.
are not going to make it. The Suns
Just
aren't
like
gonna
I
make
said, that I'm saying the Bucks should. They should make it. I got the Bucks coming out the East still. I'm not going to change that because the 76ers got James Harden. I don't know how James Harden and Embiid are going to work in the playoffs. I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen how Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, and Giannis works in the playoffs.
I'm with
That's
you,
fair. That's fair.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm with you. I got Giannis and them as the favorites, but I do think Embiid and them are scary as hell.
Maybe.
And I do think they can possibly beat. I'm not gonna even call it an upset because I call upsets.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You shouldn't be surprised. Are you going to be surprised?
Especially if Maxey is still hooping the way he has, because I thought
Maxey's
he was
on
gonna
fire.
take a hit.
On fire.
And Maxey's been hooping.
See,
So
bro,
if he can continue
the
that,
respect. This is what I feel, Garbage.
Maxey's feeling himself right now.
I feel Boston could be anybody, but when we come up against the Heat, the Bucks, and probably the Sixers, I think those are tough matchup for us. And it's going to rely. Those three matchups rely on our defense. If we play good defense, I think we could keep ourselves.
To be honest, I don't see Boston winning a series.
Boston might win.
Like they're 5 right now. I don't see them beating the Bucks. But let's just say they drop to 6.
Listen.
They play Chicago. I don't.
2 years ago,
I don't like it.
That's the favorable matchup for
3
them
years
against the Bulls.
Because y'all just not believe in Chicago like that?
It's not that I don't believe.
No, I believe Chicago gonna make some noise, but just the same amount of noise I think the Cavs and Memphis are gonna make.
I don't believe in Chicago.
I believe in Chicago. I just think they're gonna make the same amount of noise in the playoffs as the Cavs and Memphis is gonna.
When does Lonzo and Caruso come back?
Soon.
Yeah,
and that's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about.
Them two healthy with this team.
Just keep going guard.
They've still been going crazy right now.
That's what I was talking about Mars about in the chat. I was telling him, like, how does Lonzo factor in it? Because in my mind, I was thinking Lonzo can try to control the offense a little bit, make sure Levine and DeMar are getting the balls in their spots, getting their touches. But
so what you're saying,
Mars told me he's a corner to wing guy, Lonzo, and I didn't seen,
so
but Mars was saying he wasn't doing it that much as he was in the corner.
So you're telling me they're gonna beat the Celtics in the first round? Is what you're saying?
No.
So they're going to lose in the first round.
Williams is going to shit on Vooch.
The Bulls is going out.
Williams is shitting on Vooch.
Okay, so
Chicago's stopping Jalen and JT.
So you're saying Chicago's a first round exit, is what you're saying?
JT will stop
himself. They better not match up.
JT will stop himself with his terrible.
That's what I'm saying. See the Bulls, but I got the Bulls going up another spot. I don't think the standings are. I don't think they stay where they are.
So let's say,
like I said, the three I think will finish with 1 is the Bulls, the Heat, and then the Bucks and the 76ers right behind them. Because I think the 76ers have a good chance to weigh Embiid. If they can keep playing that way against good teams, I think they could definitely go up that ladder real quick. Because it's only a 1.5 to 4.5 difference between the top 5 teams.
Yeah, I was like 1 through 6. 1 through 6 is a 5 game.
All right, let's dig a little deeper. Let's dig a little deeper. All right, this is Chicago's schedule. On Friday, today's Friday, right? Mm-hmm. Tonight they got the Bucks. Then on Monday they got the Sixers. Then they got Detroit, which they should beat. Then they got Cleveland, which they will. I mean, they are probably
Cleveland a tough team.
Do you like Cleveland too, though? You know,
supposed to win. Okay, and then they're at Sacramento. That's a win. At Jazz, it should be a win.
That's a win.
At Phoenix. I don't know.
No CP3, that's a win.
No CP3. Then against Toronto, Toronto's not an easy out. Then back at the Bucks again. Then to New Orleans, that they should win. Then at Cleveland. I don't know.
Hey, New Orleans is a tough one too.
At Knicks, they should win. At Washington, they should win. New Orleans is
definitely a tough one now with CJ out there.
Then they're home. Then they have a home stretch. Home against Clippers, Heat, Bucks again, Boston again, Hornets, and then close out with Minnesota. So that schedule is tough, bro. But let me run through the other teams so we can get a better idea of how the seedings might actually finish, right? That's a tough schedule in my opinion. That's not. I mean, do you expect them to be significantly above 500 going through that schedule? I mean, I don't.
Yeah. Well, how many games is left?
22 or 23.
20.
They can go.
I think like 20 total.
Yeah, 20.
If
Something
it's
like
20 total, they can go 14-6.
But after hearing that schedule I just told you,
They're not going to get. I think they can split with a lot of them, and then there's some
Mhm.
guaranteed wins there. So
that's fair. That's fair.
So
Okay.
12-8 maybe.
All right, so that's fair. So you think? Wait, so who did you say the Bucks? You think are gonna move up in the seeding?
Yeah, the Bucks, Sixers.
Okay, so let's see the Bucks schedule then and see if they if theirs is. All right, so the Bucks got. My screen's loading. Give me 1 second. Okay,
The Bucks
so
are just flowing in under the radar right now. Like they're just winning, but they're not making any noise.
okay, so the Bucks got. Go ahead.
I think they're 6-10 in their last.
Boowop, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the Bucks, they the champions. Like they can coach. They got their core, like Troy said. They know who they are. They know what their identity is. They don't have to, you know what I'm saying? They don't have to figure it out like some of these other teams. That's why I don't trust the Bulls that much, because I don't truly know their identity yet. You know, I need to know your identity. I know Miami identity. I know what they're gonna rely on when the playoffs start. I just don't know what the Bulls is going. That's why I can't just go.
But I feel like that's kind of unfair though, because Zach was hurt for a lot, and they're missing their other top 2 acquisitions, Lonzo and Caruso. So like they're doing good, but I think we're just forgetting how good they looked with them.
I see a lot of wins. I see a lot of wins here. It's Bulls, Suns, OKC.
This the Bucks?
Yeah. Hawks, Warriors, Jazz, Kings, T-Wolves, Bulls, Washington, Memphis, Sixers, Nets, Clippers, Mavs, Bulls, Boston, Detroit, Cleveland. So to me, that's it. What did we say about 20? To me, that's same. Like, I don't know, probably you're looking at between 12 to 15 wins, I say, right? So I would agree there that the Bucks are probably going to end up higher than what they are now.
The Sixers are already higher than what they were when I first said that. So they're only 2.5 games back. Chicago's 2.5 games back. Milwaukee's 3.5 games back. And Boston's 4.5 games back. And then the guy right behind them in 6th place is 5 games back. So that's what I'm saying. Within 20 games, these teams can fluctuate because there's other good teams that they're going to play that's going to need wins.
So let's just say the Bucks move up, right? So that would push the Bulls down. So I think we could safely say the Bucks, Sixers, and Heat are probably going to be, I don't know in what order, but they're going to probably be the top 3, right? So then we have Bulls, Celtics, Cavs, Raptors. I doubt the Nets are going to be able to catch up, but
yeah, the Raptors are only 7 games back.
I think the only thing that doesn't change are the teams that are going to be in the play-in. I think that's the only thing that doesn't change. The 7
I'm glad
10,
Boston
is the exact.
Boston keep 5 or 6 because we don't need to see a play-in. All right, we need to just get to the playoffs.
If y'all see a play-in, y'all may not make it.
We'll make it out the play-in, but I think we're going to tire ourselves out too early.
So let's say the Bucks are at 3, and then Boston slides. So Boston would either have to play the Bucks
or Chicago.
Basically,
no, if they
Chicago fall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So if Bucks go to 3 and Chicago goes to 4, it's Chicago.
Yeah, well, in that case, GK, then yes, the Bulls are first round exit. All right.
I mean, you believe in your team, but that's not
a hot
happen.
take. Yeah.
Nah, because I believe if Jamal Murray comes
you
back,
heard it here on From the Sideline first. If
You
the
know what I
Bulls
mean?
and Celtics match up in the first round, Boston is winning, and I'm going to say it's in 6. All right, I'll even give you the games.
That's crazy. I mean, I'll blame you though. That's your team because if Jamal Murray's playing, I think we beat the Warriors in the first round too. So, you know what I mean. So
that's not a. I'm with you on that.
Boowop, what do you think? I think the Celtics are a first round out because they're going to either see the Bulls or the Bucks, and they're not.
Look, I'm.
Thank you, I so godly. Thank you.
I don't realistically see the Bulls losing to the Celtics, but I can see the Celtics beating the Bulls, though. I can.
Yeah.
Because they match up. They really do. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown versus DeMar and Zach LaVine. That's a good matchup. Now
it is. Got limp. I'm telling you, our big man gonna get dirty down low.
Now that's gonna be the thing for me. Will Vucevic taking another notch? Will he expose that matchup? Because he will be the one to win that series against the Celtics for me.
If they can bring back Orlando Vooch.
But they don't need him. I don't think they need him.
No, they don't need him. But if they can get just close
I agree with
GBaby.
Yeah.
If they can get close to what that was, but like still be in that third option role, and
That's what I'm
Caruso
saying.
and Lonzo were healthy, then
Vooch averaging like what 16 and 11. That's pretty solid.
yeah,
good
no.
for
But
him. I don't think he's getting a lot of credit
if you can
either.
get him up to 20 in the playoffs, you know,
But that's what I'm
more
saying. What
tackle
Mars
down the
was saying
stretch.
yesterday. But what Mars was saying yesterday, Vooch is the liability because if they go up against Cleveland, then you know Jared Allen and them guys and Mobley and them guys going to put the work on him, and then they're going to
It's a
need him
different
open to
matchup.
take shots. And he taking
there's
20
no
shots a
Jason Tatum
game.
and there's no Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown on the other end though. You got it's
And we're not. No one said Marcus Smart either. So
Yeah, well, I didn't bring up Marcus.
Yeah, it's Darius Garland, Karis LeVert now since Sexton was hurt, and Lauri Markkanen as their 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking DeMar and Levine.
I said I am too.
Over
but
all
I think,
of them,
I
you
think
know what I
Mars
mean?
made some good points.
Yeah, but Mars made he made a lot of good points. It's not a problem to think that the Cavs could beat the Bulls.
Beat them,
too.
yeah.
It's not a problem to think that. I agree with him. I agree with him for the reasons he brought up. But I do think
I don't think it's likely though.
No, I don't either, because I think what will happen is that Vooch can bring Jared Allen them out the paint. He can stretch the floor.
That's what I should have. I wanted to say, but I was
it will open up things for Zach and DeMar.
But what he was saying, the reason why I didn't bring that up was because he was saying they're going to give Vooch the open shot, so they're not even running out there towards Vooch.
But you can't.
They're not even going to cover Vooch.
Yeah, you can't give Vooch.
You can't just give him the shot.
That's what I'm saying. You can't do that. And then when you do that, when you close out on Vooch, Lonzo, to Mars's point, is in the damn corner. So then Vooch can just kick it to him for a 3-pointer, and we know he's a good corner 3 shot.
Exactly.
So,
and then if Cleveland, so another thing that could happen if Cleveland plays Boston, I know it's Cleveland, and though everybody's like, they had a nice season, but I don't know if y'all coming out with that one. Like that's very much a
coming out with it, but it's a tough matchup. Boston should win these. I think you guys are just looking at that. Boston made the play-in last year.
Boston can't play. Boston's not going to play Cleveland.
I don't think we play Cleveland either.
But if they do, I'm with Troy. They should be.
Cleveland was just a 3 seed not too long ago. They can
but Boston was just in 3 Eastern Conference Finals not too long ago, and people talk about Boston like they ain't a good team.
I never said that, but
I'm not saying you. I said people. I'm not saying you.
But Boston as a 6 seed isn't.
We're still a good team.
Crazy.
We should beat some of these lower teams, and I think the Bulls, without having that camaraderie together, the Boston has that. We should beat them guys.
But
that camaraderie goes a long way, though.
You say lower teams, everybody's even until you get to
the I mean, I'm just talking about I shouldn't say lower teams because we all kind of
Cleveland's schedule is tough. I don't think they're gonna move up, dude.
No, that's why I didn't say them. I didn't say them.
They gotta play the Sixers 3 times. It's tough, dude.
Cleveland can wind up in the play-in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You think Toronto's catching it?
Toronto been balling lately. They got 2 wins back.
But I think now that Markkanen is back, and I know they're I know they're still trying to incorporate LeVert in.
I just want to see what K-Love does in the playoffs, so I can see what Mars was right.
Oh, who does
K-Love, Kevin Love.
I think Kevin Love.
He matches up against the Bulls.
I think he'll be just fine.
Toronto has a tough schedule though too.
I don't know. K-Love still got it in the team.
What you mean?
He averaging 16, I think, this season. But
K-Love has been there before. You don't think
I know. We talked about it. Mars brought it up. When
K-Love can turn it on if he
can, but
he just doesn't have to right now because they win it. So
but in the playoffs, I'm talking about.
He's a great 6 man.
He is. I agree there, but I just don't know what to expect from him. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not worried about.
I would say about 14-8. 14, 15, and 8, something like that.
Mars
off
said
the bench 14, is great
16
for K-Love.
He said 14, 16.
That's off the bench too. That's very
good.
If he's shooting like maybe 38 to 40% from,
but especially too with the Bulls, that's why I understood where Mars is coming from, because if Love is coming in off the bench and Vooch is sitting, and you got Thompson versus Love.
I like the Thompson versus Love. Thompson can cover.
He can.
Love out there.
That's why I'm saying I don't know what Vooch is going to give us, but. You ready to move on? We got 2 more segments, and we up out of here.
Do you think?
All
right, GK. The new game segment, guys. It's called Finish That Team. All right?
Sweet.
Okay.
I don't know why it's blinking like that, but it stopped. All right, there we go. All right, it's called Finish That Team. All right, so basically I'm going to give you a starting 5, and the one person that's missing from that starting 5, you're going to give me who it is. All right? It's simple. GK, I'm going to start off with one guess. You only get one guess because GK, I know how you like 27 of them. All right. So let's make sure my button works.
Oh,
All right, this is your first team. The Houston Rockets in 1995, 1996.
Shit.
You got Kenny the Jet Smith, Clyde Drexler. I didn't put a C next to Hakeem. I'm sorry. Robert Horry, Hakeem, and who was the powered forward?
Yo, I forgot that man's name, bro. Oh, wait, is this the second championship team?
Yeah.
Not the first one, right? This is the second one?
This is the
Second.
Yeah, I think this
Second.
is the second. Yes, I'm so glad I'm glad I'm not playing this game.
Yo, and you know what's messed up too is if you had given me the power forward, I probably would have been able to guess any of the other four.
That's why I gave you the power
Yeah,
forward.
I know.
Why would I give you
made
the
it-
easy ones?
I know the answer.
What's the
Go
answer?
ahead, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Boowop.
I believe it's Vernon Maxwell.
Nope, that's
That's what I was thinking.
If it ain't, is it?
Hold on, Boo. Hold on.
No, you only get one guess.
Hold on. You only get one guess.
Oh,
You only get one
okay.
guess.
My fault.
G-Baby and GK is up too.
Nah, that was mine. So if it ain't him, I don't know who it is.
Euro Hezzy said Vernon is a shooting guard.
I know you. I know Euro. I said the wrong name. I know who
Oh, Ori was at the 4? Okay, my bad. Whoops.
Horry was at the 3. Robert Horry was.
I thought Clock. Yeah, okay.
You're missing the 4. The 4 is
my
what you're
bad.
trying to get. GK gonna take his sweet time.
No, just pass me. It's gonna take me too long to figure out.
No, Euro, that's not the guy.
I'm wrong. I was wrong twice. Then that's who I thought it was. You're wrong.
I'll pass. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
You can give up, GK.
I give up.
I mean, G-Baby.
I would have to take like probably 15.
Was it Charles? Because this is the second one, right? Was it Charles?
No.
No, not y'all.
No. Okay, then I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right,
Just
hold
give us
on.
the
I
answer,
gotta
bro.
click back on it. It was Chucky Brown.
I don't know who the fuck.
I would have never guessed that.
Euro know who that is.
Guessed that.
I know who
Your
he
next
is.
one. Your next one is the Magic in 1994, 1995. It's Penny Hardaway, Nick Anderson, Horace Grant,
love this
Shaq,
team.
and who?
I know exactly who this is, and if it's not it, I'm gonna be
Go ahead, G-Baby.
Scott Skiles or whatever. 30 assists in
Scott
all that.
Skiles is incorrect.
Mitch.
Mitch Richmond,
Yeah.
incorrect. GK on you.
What?
What?
I thought it. Yeah, I was gonna say Mr. Richmond, so I don't know.
Was Scott Skiles not on this? Was not on this year's team then?
Not in starting 5. I don't think this is not. He wasn't in the starting 5.
30
Literally-
assists in a game and he wasn't
Come
starting.
on, GK.
No, you literally did it to me again, bro. You put the least significant guy on there.
Everyone. This guy wasn't. He was significant though.
Because I would have been able to guess.
Yes, it is, Godly. Yes, it is, Godly.
This last guy significant? No.
Yeah.
Oh, you figured it out, boy?
Yeah. Euro giving us the fucking answers over.
Don't be looking in the chat though. Don't be looking in the motherfucking chat.
No, I'm not looking at the chat, but I know he put
My
them
boy
in.
Euro.
Euro, when I get you up here, bro, we gonna do it. I got one for you.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
You don't know, G?
Euro
Yeah,
would probably put these people in.
It
his
was
draft
Dennis
process.
Scott.
Oh shit.
You know what's crazy?
The next one is an easy one. Lakers,
Oh, I definitely
2009,
know this.
2010. You got Derek Fisher, Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, and Bynum. Who was the small forward?
Yeah, I know this.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Lamar Odom.
we don't have to go in order. Anybody?
That's
you know it.
incorrect.
Who do you
What?
say?
Bro, stop.
Ron
Odom.
Artest.
That's correct.
Oh yeah, you're right. I
Boowop.
forgot he was on
Yeah.
this team this year.
Wait,
Because
is
I'm
that
looking at the
is that
years.
right though, or is it Meta World Peace?
It's no. If you would have said Meta War Peace, I would have told you it was incorrect.
Why he changed it? When did he change
changed
it?
it.
It was
changed
Ron
it later.
He changed it
Artest.
like after he retired, right?
No, he
Ron
changed-
Artest.
he changed
No,
it
he
while
changed
he
it
was
like
a
his
Laker.
last couple of seasons.
He changed it while he was a
You
Laker.
know, because I
Like
remember
after
it
the
literally
last season
said
with the
World
Lakers.
Peace on his jersey.
I think his last season with the Lakers. All right, you ready for the next one?
On
That was a
shit.
freebie, Gob the Fisted. All right, the Spurs 2002, 2003. Tony Parker, Bruce Brown, Tim Duncan, David Robinson. Who was their shooting guard?
Ooh,
That's Bruce Bowen.
That's Bruce. Oh well,
Yeah, it's
I
Bruce
knew. I
Brown.
probably look. I said that when I got the picture. It was the picture that came up when I put Bruce Brown in. I said this is not the guy, but I'm taking the picture anyway. I knew it, but I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Was
That's on you.
it?
Was it Steven Jackson?
That is
Yeah,
correct.
that's where I was going with it. I was like, I think it's Steven
guy.
because Malice
That
in the
is
Palace.
correct.
Malice in the
I love
Palace,
Steven
remember that.
Jackson.
It was Steven Jackson. All right,
Action
next
Jack,
one.
baby.
Next one. We got the Bulls in 1996, 1997. Incorrect. We got
Randy
Michael
Brown.
Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and Luka Longley. Who was the shooting guard? I mean, point guard.
Ron Harper.
Ron Harper is correct.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
GK is getting his ass kicked.
I know. I should have took my time.
I'm getting my butt whooped too. I just said the wrong name to everybody.
I should have got Ron Harper.
How y'all liking it so far? Y'all liking it? This is a new segment. This is my first time doing it.
Let's go back to the old games.
Nah. All right. Celtics 1986, 1986, 1987. Dennis Johnson, Larry Bird, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale, and who was the shooting guard? This is another free one.
No, it's not, because I don't.
Oh, fucker. I'm going to be so mad at myself.
It
The
ain't
guy,
been enough to
is
me.
it Ainge?
Yes.
Let's go. Finally.
Oh yeah, forgot he existed.
Couldn't
Right.
put up a freaking
Don't disrespect Ainge like that, all right?
Nah, I just said I forgot he. Oh, come on, man. Come on.
All right, we got the Warriors.
Come on, man. Kevon Looney.
No.
Kevon Looney is incorrect. We got the Warriors in 2007, 2018. We got Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, and Draymond Green. Who was the center of that team?
18? It wasn't Looney?
Who started?
Who else I could have swore this man started. He was just the first one out the game.
That's the second. Time,
I don't want to
right?
waste my guess. I want Boowop to make his guess first.
2017, 2018. Who was it?
I have somebody in my head, but I'm not.
I'm so godly said, give me no teams before 2000. Nah, you gotta know your history. It's trivia. Trivia, godly. You coming up here too sometime, hopefully. I'm gonna get you with one of our other games.
Who played center?
It's tough. You only get one guess because
I have two.
I'm trying it
people in
out
my
right
head.
now. I think
I
I'm
have
gonna
two
make
people in my
going
head.
forward.
I'll go ahead. I'm gonna just say a guess though.
Go ahead.
I'm going to say Bogut.
That's incorrect.
Anderson Varejao?
That's incorrect.
He wasn't on the team that
answer
year.
Was Zaza Pachulia.
Oh, that's right. 'Cause he fucked up Kawhi, right? Fucking piece of shit.
He did that though last year though, that 2016, 2017 year.
Yeah. All right, last one.
That's why I didn't think he was starting at that point. I thought
Last-
that was
Zaza.
Last
Fuck out of here. Get him
one.
up out of here.
All right, this is the last
Didn't
one.
even include him in our game.
We got the 2004-2005
Oh, I love this team.
Suns. Nash, Joe Johnson, Amari, Sean Marion. Who was the shooting guard?
It's either
I could have sworn.
I feel like he came off the bench.
Cool.
Was it Rajah Bill?
That's who I was gonna say, but I think he came off the bench.
Is it who?
Rajah Bill.
That is
Came off the-
incorrect.
Yeah, see, he came off the bench. I knew it.
Euro, you almost close. You're close, Euro. He started in the game, Euro. He started.
This
I
is one
know,
of my,
I know who it is, but go ahead.
this is one of my favorite teams.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Amari was the power forward. You move everyone down and you put Tyson Chandler. I could have swore he was on that team.
Wait, Jason Richardson.
No.
Jason Richardson is incorrect,
Fuck.
but very close.
Go ahead, GBaby.
You got me. I was too young for this. I barely remember the
I
Nuggets.
know who it is, but it don't matter.
I'm so godly got it. I'm popping it up here.
Quentin. Yay.
Quentin Richardson. Listen, look at the comment from Euro. Thank you, Euro. I love this. I come up with these games on the fly, bro. I sit up here like, what can I do?
GBaby.
And I got it.
You should look up some
the
highlights of this team. This team was fun as fuck to
It was
watch.
Quentin.
No, I remember the team, but like I remember when I could have swore Amari was the power forward.
That made
And
me
it
happy,
was
Euro.
Tyson Chandler that was
Euro
starting
like my
at
game.
center.
Amari played power forward and center because one year Tim Thomas was the center, I think. And
wasn't Tyson Chandler on the team?
No.
Now who am I
Thank
thinking
you,
about?
Alonso Godley.
Tyson was with first with the Bulls, and then he was with CP3, and then he was with the Knicks, and then he was with the Mavs.
So
No,
Euro
Dallas
Godly.
first.
Euro and Godly, while y'all in the chat, do you think I should do by year teams? So if I do all 2000 team starting lineups, or should I continue to just mix them? Let me know in the chat. So
I mean,
I'll do
having
some
it random
ideas.
is pretty cool, I think.
No, okay.
Yeah, but like if you ask me somebody pre
You go back to
Denver-
1960.
honestly, the only team I could probably give you right now is the Nuggets team when AI got there. That's it. No, I can't give you nothing else earlier than
So put it this way: the farther you go back, you have to make it an easier player, right?
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I can go with that.
Well, Godly, that'll be hard as fuck to do.
Yeah, I was like, I
can do
can't even
all
tell you
NBA.
who was all.
That's true. For you guys, it would be hard, not for me.
I was like, I can't tell you who was all.
So
NBA
here's the
in
thing, though.
2012.
I like that. I'm writing it down on my sticky note, Godly.
But the game will be so dumb if we go through all the questions and none of us can get one answer.
Listen. This is what I do. Whoever's on the show, I will give you guys the heads up that we're doing it, so you can go and look at past first team All NBA. All right.
Yeah,
when we do
Godly. Okay, I get you, Godly. If you do it like that, it might not be as hard.
You got to put the team for sure, the year for sure.
Yeah, that's why I put the year at the top so you guys get it.
Because what make the All NBA so easy to do is like if you have a real good measurement of who the top 5 is, you should get it right.
Right. Yeah. I'm picturing in my head now. Yeah.
Wait, Godly, are you saying like by each of them, like the 2012 center and the 2011 point power forward, or just that same year?
I think he's saying if you gave all the other 4 guys of the same year and said the center, All NBA center of that year is missing, who is that?
Oh yeah, the same way I'm doing now. Just take the center. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys, I'm glad you guys enjoyed that, especially coming from Euro and some of the chat. Godly, you guys enjoyed it. Thank you. But we had 2 hours, so I got one more pick one for you guys, and then we got final thoughts, and we can get up out of here. All right. So I got a basketball one. You know, I do one football, one basketball one. So you got to pick one player. All right. Al Horford, Al Jefferson, Andrew Bynum, or Andrew Bogut. I mixed it up this time. All A's. All names that start with A.
Al Horford,
Al
Jefferson, Andrew Bogut,
Bynum, and then Andrew Bogut.
I gotta go Horford.
Yeah, same. I was like, I don't think I tried to make a debate for somebody, but
I don't know. Give me Al Jefferson, bro. Give me Al Jefferson.
Al Jefferson was tough, but it's got to be Horford.
Al was tough. Godly said Horford.
Jefferson was a dog far as like offensive. Like he was a dog, but I used to call him like the black hole. Because once he get that sucker, he wasn't giving it back.
Bogut.
Honestly, yeah, dude. Don't.
Garb said
wasn't Bogut? Wasn't he in the MVP conversation before he
no
left? I thought he was.
Andrew Bogut.
Andrew Bogut. MVP conversation.
He was an MVP center.
Never. He was nice in Milwaukee, and then he went to the Warriors and helped them out.
His best year was in Milwaukee, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was like nice like that when he was in Milwaukee. No,
he was cool, but he wasn't no MVP.
I don't know.
And he was the first round pick, wasn't he? Garb, the first round pick.
Garb, I leave it up to you guys what you pick off of. I don't give you no criteria. It's up to you guys what you pick them off of.
For sure. I mean, career, even then, I still might not take Bogut over Horford.
Hey, listen, I didn't take Bogut.
I know, I'm just saying, like, but I heard somebody, Euro said he's the only champion. That's why I'm like,
yeah.
Even if we go career, I still
I can't go without Euro. You wasn't missing till that one.
Yeah, Euro.
Wait.
Bynum didn't have Euro on the show.
Bynum didn't win one with Kobe.
Oh yeah, he did, but cool.
Yeah,
I forget.
Got two.
Yeah, I just be forgetting Bynum. I forget Bynum.
Definitely
like other people.
Time.
Yeah, that's a fact.
He wasn't like nice like that.
I just like Al Horford's career over there. Like was longer, definitely than Bynum's and Bogut's. And
he was a beast on Atlanta.
Yeah, and I just like him.
That Atlanta team should have won a damn title, bro.
Not in the. Wait, who?
The Atlanta team.
I will say this though. I don't.
In a different era, maybe, but the era they was nice in, I was like, nah, they wasn't gonna get one.
They was nice.
A 1 seed just to get swept.
Yeah, I don't think
get handled.
I don't think any of those guys are guarding Al Jefferson though. I'll be real. I think Al Jefferson's giving them buckets.
Yeah, Al Jefferson was a bucket. I will say that. It was him and Derek Favors that I was just like, man, y'all just buckets for no reason. Like you just like Derek Favors in his prime, and when he was like the main guy, was just giving people buckets. Like, and it'd be so nonchalant too, but he just gave people him and Al Jefferson just crazy. But I don't know. I can't do that. I'm sorry. Wilding on the Warriors, yo. That's crazy.
That's nasty.
That's crazy.
He said, nah, get it in
Wilding on the
context.
Warriors.
He said Bogut was wilding on the Warriors, and then he said on boat by himself and with the Splash Brothers. So before and after. Stop playing with Euro.
Troll.
He said Euro could have been wilding on that team.
But Al Jefferson, what he played on the Bobcats when that's when they was called and stuff, and then I think he played on the Jazz too.
The Jazz, yeah.
Yeah, Al Jefferson, I like him, but it's just when you say Al Horford, it's like
it's Al Horford.
Like, yeah,
No, I like it. I like Al. Al Horford. I like Al Horford.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think 1-on-1, Jefferson's winning that. Think about the post matchup. I think
Al versus Al. I don't know.
Oh, I got Al Jefferson down there in the post all day. I think he's the best offensive player on the list. That right? Yeah, Bogut, Bynum.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would say Jefferson's the best.
His bag's the deepest in bro, back to the basket, low block in the post. Yeah, give me Al. And then I think like I said, I don't think Horford's guarding Al Jefferson, and I think Al Jefferson could probably guard Horford. So in a 1-on-1, give me Jefferson.
I think Horford could guard him. I just don't think he'd be that successful. But I think Horford could take him.
Fisted. What Al? I got two of them. I got Al Horford and Al Jefferson. You said I
thought he was saying AI.
Are you saying
that was the debate we had?
Oh. Well, we got to have that debate too. We got some more debates coming up.
Hey, Garp, it's 2 Al's on the list.
That's what I'm saying. Like, which Al is he talking about? 1 or 2? Like,
Horford
or Jefferson. But
He's
yeah, we at the
again.
end of the show. We at the end of the show, guys. I want to thank Boowop and GBaby. Al wins. Yeah, he's definitely talking about AI.
He not wrong.
I definitely want to thank Boowop and GBaby for stopping by. We're gonna start with Boowop. Final thoughts, man. What's your final thoughts?
Man, dope show, fellas. I appreciate the invite, man. Hope to do it soon again, man.
You gonna be back?
Oh, man, appreciate it, man.
Got you, bro. Appreciate you. GBaby, final thoughts, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. Really liked like some of the stuff I saw once I know y'all, follow y'all and stuff, and so obviously very much appreciative y'all letting me on and being able to speak my stuff. I just want to end it with this. For those of you who have never heard me say it, Karl Anthony Towns is the most unimpactful player in the league. Jonas Valanciunas is better than him. Nurkic is better than him.
Going on TikTok.
And we can have that debate for another day, but I just want y'all to know now, Karl Anthony Towns is true.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have to have you up here for this Karl Anthony Towns debate.
That's nasty. That's some Shaq shit right there. That's some nasty
definitely.
Shit right
Definitely.
Shit.
Hey, he said AI was Kemba Walker. That's nowhere near.
Shaq is nasty.
Thank you for sticking in with us, man. Thank all you guys for sticking in with us. You guys were here for 2 hours. Normally it's an hour and a half, but I don't mind going longer. So if we do have good guests like Boowop and GBaby, I will let the conversation continue because I want the conversation. You guys want the content. We're here to give it to you. GK, final thoughts.
I want to give a shout out to Players Choice and everybody in the Discord for welcoming us with open arms, and also want to shout out my guys at All Cap Discord. If you guys are sports bettors or are looking to get into other Discords, then I definitely recommend them. Join us on Facebook, follow us on TikTok, and
all the links down below.
Yeah, appreciate you and everybody in the chat. Thank you guys.
Yeah, shout out Euro, Shaq, and Dub for stopping by, man. All 3 of them guys from Players Choice, man. We appreciate it. You guys showed us some love, man, and we want to return it. So I did hit Shaq up to see when you guys are available to come on. I got the whole month open, so just let me know, especially you, Euro, so I can start planning out, finish that team for you because I'm going to make it hard. I'll make it real hard for you. But now I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all the listeners, man. And I don't got nothing else to say, man. It was fun while it lasted. We'll catch you guys on the next one. We out. Peace.